So yeah, this is my third time to Plastic Playground, and it's pretty insane that like event this good that I went to for the first time was like keeps getting better and better each year. It's kind of hard to outdo yourself like when you really like do an event good the first year, but it seems like they keep coming up with more rails, more rail combinations. They were taking different features and like sandwiching them together, and it really just, everything about the event just gets better and better.
Put a lot of work into the setup. We worked closely with Unit to make sure it was something really unique.
I think it is a lot more intense because the level of riding for women has gone way up.
It's 100% on impression, just how you see the run.
I've never seen a crazier final than that. Everyone threw down, stoked to come away with the win for the second year in a row.
A lot of rails out there. It's definitely hard to put together a good run and like stick every rail.
It is intense. There's no room for error.
Been here from the first ever Plastic, and it's just got better and better each year. And no, I've just had so much fun coming to them. It's one of my favorite events of the year.
Guys are going harder and harder. The juniors were insane. The chicks like are just on a whole different level right now. So to see the whole sport grow in this genre, this direction is great to see. And I think Plastic Playground's a great way and a great place to capture where the level of riding's at nowadays.
Welcome to the reunion of all that is wonderful and all the people that come together to make this thing happen. Plastic Playground 2023 been in effect since 2014. Little hiatus because of that stuff that happened. My name's Matt Crowhurst. His name's?
I'm Matty Branston.
And we've got a third wheel.
I'm Dan Milstein, a.k.a. the Wild Apricot, and I am squeezed between two Maddies.
Oh, like a rose between two thorns. Welcome everybody wherever you are, including all the people over on the other side of the Liquid Leisure site in the clubhouse watching this, because you can possibly see from behind us it's tiddly plinking a little bit. The weather gods here over Blighty have not blessed us this particular weekend, but that's okay, because what we're getting in terms of cold temperatures we make up in terms of the fire on the water. See what I did? That was good early on. A lot of words.
Yeah, you got a lot more of this to come. So
I'm so sorry. Not sorry, straight up.
It's going to be a bumpy ride.
So, Dan, I have to say thank you for holding his hand through the WWA Worlds, which was also here, because he gets lonely when I'm not around, so thank you. Yeah.
Had to be done, had to be done.
Okay, I mean, I feel like I'm trying to break ground here by getting back in there with Maddie. There's been a little bit of tension, but also you and I have had a thing, but we tried to not let him know too much about it. There's a lot of drama here backstage, not just with the wakeboarding.
100%, 100%. But what a weekend that we've had. What a week that we've had. Ending the WWA World Championship last week. A lot of big vibes, big energies from the riders. And now, as we got started on Wednesday, I believe. Wednesday was? Yes, Wednesday. On to Thursdays with the wake skating, the junior men, the over 30.
All the best stuff is done, unfortunately.
40s.
All
Exactly,
the best. The
guys.
wake skating, the masters, and the supermaster legend vets.
Junior at heart, I like to call it. Junior at heart. So we've had quite an unbelievable week so far. And boy, oh boy, am I excited for what's ahead. We've got the pro women, pro men, and junior men super finals ahead of us. And I think we also have the pro men's
semi-finals. So we're going to give you guys a little taste of the head-to-head battles, which we have been following through to today. But then we're going to go to the super finals, which is not head-to-head, it's just four-person finals for, as you said, junior men. And then we've got the pro women and the pro men as well. But why don't you find people at home, wherever you are in the world? Firstly, thank you for joining us. We'll probably get the YouTube page up to get a little bit of bounce going. Why don't you check out what our riders are wrestling with the Plastic Playground course 2023. Plastic Playground 2023, a small hiatus but still a seminal event on the rail riding feature hitting calendar for our cable wakeboarding friends. And to start things off, as always, kickers on the left, kickers on the right, judges wanting to see a healthy mix of both, not favoring one or the other. Moving on from that, once you've dropped the hammer on one of our four kickers, you are going to be moving across to the left-hand side of the cable, to the inside of the cable, for the first of our hack jobs from Unit Part Tech. It's Wait the Line, plus our Tech Series, whereby you have got to have some serious backbone to come up with some trickery on this, which is why we're calling this the backbone, from high rail to low rail to transition. From there, scooting across to the outside of the cable to the right, it is West Rock Curb, into the remaining part of the Wait the Line. Now, this can cause some serious illness, which is why we're calling it the Ralph. Over on the left, we've got the Pride Kicker and the Iceberg. This one is the K-Rock, because we're mixing up Case and Soda Hood's crazy firecracker come top rail feature with the West Rock transition into down rail. Lots of stuff going on, lots of havoc can be caused. Come around the back straight, you can get all kinky on the inside with our rail combo, or this. Claudia past pipe equals the Mohawk. T-bonings are plenty on the cards here, and so many different options from the inside to the out. You've got walls aplenty and transitions. Can you find that transition if you hop onto the pipe and try and ride out of it? That is the tough answer to be questioned. And once again, you can see the all menagerie of rail riding hits that can be happening on our kinky pipe set up. So from that section on our back straight, there are yet more options. Then we have got the Felix Hall Pass with the big old disco pad at the inside, that extra little bit of furniture top rail on the inside, or the bump from the outside. A lot of riders going for closeout, going down the middle, flips out of that as well. The OG, the original pull gap situation. We've got that huge curve launching transfer from the inside. A lot of riders going to be going for that. We're going to be seeing some invert transfers from that inside curve or from the popper of the diving board. All manner of hits possible there. Our judges are going to be riding like the clappers. After that, a little bit of a reprieve before we come into the mega pool, and mega it is even more so with the adaptations that David and crew from Unit have made. We have got wall rides on the inside, firecrackers on the inside, and then the usual multiple option scenario coming out of the pool from the step down ledges, the middle pipe, and the donkey rail. It's all going crazy there. Not forgetting that you've got the kicker on the inside to creep up into the pool, and some riders coming from the other side to get into the pool as well. My head is just boggled even looking at that and talking about this. Never mind trying to cobble together a run over this course. Coming out of the mega pool and all the options you've got to deal with there, it might seem a little bit more subdued, but it's not. We've got one of our more tech features with the bump, the white wine, because it's skinny and it's fine and it's an acquired taste. From bump to handrail, right before the final corner, right before the final section, where we revisit the kicker action, left and right, big or small, who's going to come out on top? It's anybody's guess in this all-star cast at Plastic Playground 2023. And we're back. We hope you enjoyed that rather slick preview of our course, courtesy of Pilcher Productions' Ben Howes and the dulcet tones of some handsome chap, I don't know who that was, signing me up.
Also super humble.
So whoever he is, very humble and down to earth. Hey, boys, let's talk through before we get into the meat and two veg proceedings, where we kick things off with our semi-finals for the pro men. Tips for the top. Let's put money where mouthies are. Here we talking. The women.
The women,
Yeah.
definitely Campbell Scarborough is kind of shining out in my eyes. You know, this taking this course, I think it works in her favor, being a unique rail rider.
Because they want to see use of the hacks, right? That's the whole vibe of plastic.
Yeah, and I think obviously Julia Rick has been killing it, as we just saw moments ago in the women's semi-finalist. She solidified
Knocking
her
Lisa
place.
Ballou, Munich MASH champion,
That's
out
right.
in that semi-final.
And that's actually kind of redemption, you know, because I believe Julia was also riding in Munich MASH.
yeah.
So it's great to see that kind of switching up, you know. But definitely, Julia Rick, and then who else? I think Courtney Angus has actually been killing this setup, really.
So you know the Aussie crew, Dan. Kind of fill us in on where Courtney's at.
So making an absolute comeback to the competition scene, if I may add. It's so good to see. I mean, she was absolutely killing it throughout the week. Also in last week's World Championships. Also, I think it's super important to mention, going back to Campbell, that creativity throughout the years has always been rewarded here in Plastic Playgrounds. And creative she was last week and this week, taking super unique hits on the course, using creepers, using gaps, flipping onto the pool gaps, and that is surely going to be rewarded here in this women's pro super final.
It's become very evident, hasn't it, when we've seen runs, and there was Riley, who rode incredibly yesterday, and it was that head-to-head battle between him and Rudy, and from at first face value, when you looked at it, it was like, oh, that could go either way. Both runs were insane, and Riley's riding is just intense and impactful. But it was the hacks. It was the slightly different use of the hacks.
Creativity from it.
Salt and pepper, if I may add. It's salt and pepper.
I'm salt, he's pepper, and together we are seasoning. So that's another one. You can join in that one later. Yeah,
What would
okay.
I be? Turmeric.
You'd be 5 stars.
So do you know what, and Matt?
Did we digress then? We definitely digress.
We digress, as we do, and as you'll come to learn. So let's have a little chat about the men. Obviously, we've got our semi-finals to come, but we've had an insane, intense battles. And like, for instance, we have had a battle from Rudy Tallboys. Has battled his way. He beat Riley Dillon in what was a very, very close, insane run yesterday from both riders.
And a Stuckey Jr. as
And
well.
then, which is why I say, then this morning, just before we came live, we had Gavin Stuckey versus Rudy Tallboys. And Gavin being a little bit poorly, unfortunate, or just one hit, but Rudy Tallboys.
It was that one hit. It was the pull, wasn't it? That crazy
Now,
Ollie.
I'm not going to give anything away because I want it to blow your minds as much as it blew our minds as we said it. But I just wanted to make note that Rudy Tallboys, the way how he's approached this course and, you know, using all the hacks, in my opinion, I think that's exactly what the judges are looking for. You know, the creativity, the risky biscuits, you know, gets the reward factor from doing these crazy tricks. And like I said, I'm not going to give too much away.
And after all that effort from Rudy, what does he get rewarded with? Another Stuckey.
In
the next round.
And now he's got Trent Stuckey. So
thank you very much.
All to fight for.
Let's talk about return to form, return to contest. Ryan Peacock. Go down. What do you think?
Wow, my oh my! Just every lap throughout each of the stages throughout this competition, the most unique, by far the most unique lines on the course, using things that we didn't even think of, nulling onto rails, doing that butter. Well, I don't want to give too much away ahead of our first head-to-head.
Into the mega pool. There's a super risky biscuits hit, and no one at all is hitting the mega pool like that. And these are the kind of factors that the judges are looking for: creativity, uniqueness, flow between all of the course and all of the hacks. And Ryan Peacock, obviously being this his local playground, you can see he spent so much time here riding sideways and just finding all of these lines which you didn't even think were possible. And I'm sure as the show unfolds, you will find out exactly what we're on about.
Yeah, we're getting a bit too excited. We're going to start talking through the actual runs before they happen. We want them to be as impactful to you for the first time of seeing as they have been to us, seeing them over the course of these qualifying days. One final thing to wrap up with. There has been some upsets. All the seeded riders who are riding in the head-to-head quarters today. Joe, Battle Day, out. Matty Muncie, out. Enzo, out. Gavin, out. Obviously, course one of the favourites on such a flow from all of these events, winning out at 3-1-3 and so on and so on. So there's been some upset, but when you say really upset, because all of these riders are stellar that beat them anyway, because it could go anyone's game. Okay, so I'm just getting word from our director that... Are we good to go? Are we going to go, Gary? We're going to go in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6... 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, it didn't work. Okay, right. So we are going to get going with our Pro Men semi-finals. The first two riders of which are, Gary, we have got Ryan Peacock first off the dock. No, sorry, Ryan Peacock second off the dock, and he is going to be going about Team Belgium. Here we go. It's quite a good battle because those two view a wake park very differently to most mere mortals, right? Yeah. Victor Salmon going against Ryan. How do we think that's going to fare? I think we've got our first rider on the water. Yes, we do.
All right, so both very creative riders. And as we've seen from Victor in previous rounds, the backside 360 to that lake back mode, just like we saw in previous competitions from Victor. Insane, so creative. Uses the double popper, that safety, the grey one on that wake the line. Gets the frontside 360 in with the melon grab in there. Frontside 180 to the creeper ledge, hard way 270. And now check this out as we come into the firecracker. Up, then to 50-50, then hard way, the opposite direction. Spinning both ways, hard ways, in two obstacles, back to back.
I think the difference being with the riders you're seeing now are the ones who are consistently getting to the end, getting those full pull babies that we love so much. All right, Dan. We have got Victor going down the back straight. Talk us through that.
My, oh my, with that back one, same way 360 into the Mohawk. Just landing just on the very end of the landing rail. On he goes with that 270 in, 270 out. Not quite getting a hall pass on Felix's hallway. Setting up with his right foot forward into the OG pool. That 270 in, onto the diving board he goes. 270 onto the pipe. Getting that rotation out. Very clean. Setting him up perfectly with his left foot forward onto the mega pool gap. As he goes, 50-50, front lip, staying blind, staying wrapped, a little tic-tac-toe action on the middle pipe on the mega pool as he sets up left foot forward, hauling onto the bump, onto the rail.
Getting the Olay 3 out the end. Oh my gosh.
Nuts.
How he does that in such true Victor Salmon style. Now, check this out. Gets the seatbelt grab, back mob all day long. He's been getting that on lock, you know, throughout the competition.
But was the grab on lock that time? We're here, we're nitpickers here. We're very, very judgy in the commentary booth, and that's how our judges have to be. And when it's so close between all of them, it's those fine points between each that you have to pull apart. Insane run from Victor Salmon. Going for a grab, missing a grab. Kicker's only 20% of total score as well, so the rest of it was mind-bogglingly good. Ryan Peacock, let's go.
I am very, very excited for the viewers back home to see what Ryan's got for us for this semifinal. All eyes are on the water as the oldest of the Peacocks getting set up with his right foot forward, going on his toes for that astronomical crow mob off that right kicker, setting him up with his right foot forward for that switch 50-50, pretzel 360 into the bank, eyeing up the Ralph combination with his left foot forward, going for a little bit of a butter ahead of the Ralph to the creeper, to the pipe. Yes, sir. Quite a little bit of a miss on the camera, but keeping it together as he goes. Wall ride to the transition, to the safety, to the pipe, to another pipe. Super technical. So many words on one unit hack.
Yeah, so that actually was a double tap usage of that casing. So it goes from the water to the wall ride, then back to the water, swoop, then back up. So tech, such quick feet. And Ryan Peacock getting it done right there with that toe side, front board up, handle pass back 2 out. Now he stays left foot forwards as we come across into the creeper, then up to front board, then squeezes in a hand drag as well, kind of like stalls it out. Love to see that from Ryan. Ollieing up from the safety, he goes front one in. Then, oh my gosh, a little bit of a wobble, but Ryan managing to bring it back.
It's a Mach 10 maneuver coming across, and so much tension on the line to get over to that ledge. Check this, there's no creeper there to creep on, so how he does it, I don't know. But that is on lock, 10 out of 10, every time that hit from Ryan. Nollie pop into back lip, then a little snake bite tail drag coming around. We can hear the UK crowd right on the shore right here, getting behind Ryan, wanting to see him through. It's going to be tough though. Victor Salmon's first run was mind-boggling, but that was clean. 7 twentizzles. Oh, come on, pull that one apart, boys. Go.
Well, let's just appreciate for a moment the uniqueness and the creativity of that the mega pull hit. So he comes in from the incline up, then back, then he transfers over to the add-on bolt bit, which is the add-on rail, and which I believe there are some kind of bolts there. So he kind of, as he gets to the end, he has to ollie over the bolts, push his board forwards to then centralize his board onto the edge of the pull gap. It's just,
and the hard part is still ahead of him as he's got that safety to the donkey kink.
Do you know what?
And he locks in throughout the whole thing with after that 270.
I've just realized something more. Being with the caisson in there, there's basically this danger zone, this really big gap where they've butted out the caisson to the outside of the pull gap. Now Ryan is riding on that risky biscuit. It's almost like a cliff edge, this gorge where you've got the edge of the mega pool and that casing. And if you go down that gap, maybe we can get it on one of your screens later on, but it is super risky biscuits.
Before we get there, though, to revisit that again, I'm sure we'll see that from Ryan. We go backside 3 into that back mob combo. Crazy. I don't know anybody else who ollie spins onto a kicker and then pops that kind of trick out of it. Then we've got some snowboard styling from Victor as he hip jumps with that melon 3. Left foot forward again. If we could just move that person, that would be helpful.
Going a little bit creepy on that creeper, 270 onto the pipe, setting him up with the right foot forward. Look at that monster cut as he goes firecracker to switch 50-50, hard weight 270, same weight 90 out on the K-Rock, going from the caisson steps onto the pipe and then on to the West Rock pipe. My, oh my, so risky biscuits.
Like for like so far on that first run, and we're going to see the same thing again. One on, 3 off, finding the transition. So pretty smooth, very, very similar. It looks like a carbon copy so far. Is Victor going to add a little bit more here and there? Oh, he gets the tap. That's exactly what we're talking. We saw that spin on before the 270, but no little tail tap on the closeout. Adding that, the judges will love it. 270 on, coming back, using the diving board, not the popper. So much harder to push yourself across as he backspins across that, then rotates out. Coming in now, another one of these crazy hits. Staying wrapped. Oh, 270 on. So he went back front board, didn't he, last time? But this time 270, so a little less tippy-tapping. That about the same of it. Now, what do you reckon, boys? A little bit of something extra? We're going to toe back 9 or something from Victor.
Maybe he'll take the Mobe to a Mobe 5. Let's have a see. Going for the 900.
The 900 off the heels.
That's not Tony Hawk in X Games 1995. That's Victor Salmon in Plastic Playgrounds 2023, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, yeah, if we pick these kickers apart, we've got the backside 360 onto the kicker, then into that back mobe. Then we've got the frontside 9 here, as you can see on your screens. So compare that to Ryan Peacock's, that beautiful crow mobe, grabbed from start to finish. And then I believe he ended on the front 7. So he is going to have to up the ante.
Technically speaking, they're not quite on par. As tight as those two tricks are from Ryan, there needs to be a little bit more technicality, a little bit more difficulty with the same sort of amplitude as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. So it is going to be tough. And now, Ryan, I'm sure with the scores in mind, he knows what he's going to fight for. So toe side in, exactly the same as run number 1.
Do love that trick, though. It's stylish as they come.
Now we go front side 1. Pretzel frontside 360 into the bank.
If you're comparing the two tricks, about the same in terms of difficulty. This, though, the power tail manual.
As you can see on your screen there's the tiniest creeper slither from that wake the line hallway, which Ryan uses. Then he goes double tap, wall back to water. Then he uses the safety of the West Rock back up to the casing yet again. Then gets the rail to rail. Stays left foot forwards as he clicks round corner 2. Features fairway as the heavens open up on Ryan. Left foot forwards, toe side front board.
Add in the extra. There we go. So there was a bit of sucking through teeth on that K-Rock where he came off a little bit early, but making up for that more so on the Mohawk. Spinning away on, spinning away off. That's adding that little bit more for Ryan now.
Yeah, that toe back 1 handle pass was nuts to the creeper.
He needs to clip this proper, though. He needs to get right across, full purchase. He gets onto the coping, which I think is where he was looking for, wasn't it? It's like Blunt. It's trying to get the board up onto the air as opposed to on the flat. And it was a little bit more solid. So high rail. Oh, he went back board up, back lip up. And then nailing it once again. We saw Victor school this pipe. It is only a small percentage of the section, but that will work wonders. Gets that snake bite tail drag as he whips around that spin. Staying left foot forward. We saw the toe back 7. Oh, no, heel 7. Sorry, is it going to be that again or something more? It is that something more. No, Ryan finding himself in a hole. Oh, give it up for... So we're talking to you guys at home, but also the crew here on the shore who are weathering the storm to cheer on each of our riders. We've got double mic'd up right in front of our faces, as you can see. We are getting behind. Ryan Peacock, amazing job. Full form return to the contest world. But which of those runs will see which of those riders through? Have we got confirmation? Is that it? Too busy chatting right there, and I think you people at home saw the result. It is Victor who is going through. We're getting a little replay of Ryan's 9. Could that have been the difference? There's a bit too much of a gap in those scores for perhaps that 9 to have done the job, so it looks like it was a fairly solidified situation on each of those runs from Victor. So commiserations to Ryan Peacock. Big up to Victor Salmon. Big man finding himself in the mega final. What do we say about this guy? Let's talk about that recent edit and how magical that was, courtesy of Dave A.V. Tiger Bomb, very spicy. That's ridiculous. You haven't seen it yet. Well, just wait until you watch this before you zone out and clock in. Pedro Caldas.
The capoeira on the water, Mr. Guyara himself, going in left foot forward for the backside. 720 sneaking in, that little grab in there in between the first and second rotation as he goes out inside transition. Going hard way 270 to the inside transition.
And the reason that's the hard way, because it's so much easier to slip out, goes 270 on and 360 back into that switch front board across on that transfer on the west line. Now, 1 hop, 2 hop, then gets across. Oh my gosh, did he get a little snake bite nose tickle there as well?
Sure did. He sure did.
He's just one of those riders who seem to find extra airtime, even though there's none, just to swivel hips those legs, pop that board around in all different directions. Now he's coming. That super crazy, awesome, unique, styly hand drag across the top of the Mohawk pipe into a backside 180, finding that transition. Going to hop over the handrail. No, he's not. Oh, so there's an inside rail right there that you can't see an add-on the other side of the Felix, and he gets that little tippy-tappy doodah to then wind on out. Safety onto creeper. Hardway 270 back, fully locked in every inch.
Showing the judges he can spin both clockwise and anti-clockwise, and super unique use of the course, using that safety to hop over onto that creeper as he goes to the mega pull with that backside 270 in, pretzel 270 out, full pull through that donkey kink as he sets up for the white wine, front lip with a grab, 270, and again, a full pull. That is so difficult with all that tension over on the white wine. One last kicker hit for the young Brazilian athlete as he goes for the...
Wow, we saw him stick to Pete Rose fives. Well, like clean as a whistle, looking exactly like that up until it wasn't. So that is, it's not a trick that Pedro falls on, right? And he went safe, didn't he? He was thinking Pete Rose normal, not Pete Rose fives, just to keep it safe. Perhaps wondering whether that extra 180 would have allowed him to ride out on his heels a little more easily and save it. Getting pulled back in, unable to grab hold of that line in time. Leaving the door open for his next combatant.
Next up, then, we have Mr. James Windsor, a.k.a. Window, hitting the water right now.
Setting up left foot forward, eyeing up that left kicker with a monster heel side cut, going for the heel side, front side, 900. Going out, guns blazing. James Window Windsor going in, front side 180 in, pretzel 360 with the melon grab into that second transition, setting him up perfectly for the Ralph with his left foot forward, popping to the creeper, switch 50-50. Onto the pipe with a 360 out.
Now right foot forwards as he stays, comes across Firecracker to 50-50. Oh my God, I think he was going for the backside, 270 rail to rail, but just missing out on that rail to rail contact from the casing over to the West Rock. But now Window clicking around corner two, the start of Features Fairway, as I like to call it, on the Mohawk. He goes frontside 180 on, same way, backside 360 out.
Setting up with his right foot forward onto Felix's hallway. What's it going to be? Going to that front lip, into the hallway, into the crail roll. Yes, sir. James, quite notorious for flipping off rails, going for that front board, 270 onto the diving board, 270 on, 270 off, locking in on the downpipe of the OG pool.
Mega pull gap time from Window as he comes in, gets the backside one. I think that was off the safety. Frontside 360 all the way, full pulling the end of that rail. Now stays for left foot forwards. Nose press, hard way 270 to back lip to backside 90 off the end. Window, one last final kicker hit to round up his first run.
Going for the toe side, backside 720 with that melon grab in between the rotation, almost making sure the judges can see that grab.
So for those of you joining us at home, wherever home is across the worldwide wakeboarding situation, our community here with us, thank you for saying hello. Thank you for joining in the chat. We do realize the stream is a little glitchy, but we are dealing with some gnarly rain out here, and that is what is affecting the connection from the cameras to our command center right here. But thank you for those still putting a positive spin on it. Mr. Aaron Gunn, Mr. JB O'Neill, it is better than nothing. And you get to listen to these beautiful voices. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? So Window. Oh, we're going to scores on the board right there. Oh my gosh, that is tight.
Very tight.
So tight.
Very
Pedro got the edge by a gnat's whisker.
And bearing in mind that was without that final kicker hit as
yes,
well.
as well. Now, it is only 20% of the total score, but that would have made a bit of a difference. So Window's going to have to up his game. And then we're going to see, I'm pretty sure Pedro go over the Pete Rose 5-2. So back seven with that tweet out mid grab, that melon poke halfway through.
Almost looked double grabbed. On he goes for that front lip to hard way 270 into the bank, setting him up with his right foot forward to the Ralph. He goes 270 in, 360 onto the pipe from the swoop, onto the K-Rock, left foot forward, hoppity doo-dah-yay with that 50-50-50, and just overshooting on that last 50-50 onto the second pipe.
The first chink in Pedro's armor of that very first straight here, the Liquid Leisure full cable. All hacked up by Unit Partech, all supported by Liquid Force, and the incredible crew here pulling this whole thing together. There's that hand drag over the pipe of the Mohawk into the transition through a backside 180.
Going for the 180 in, hopping from the hallway onto the rail and getting that tap in with a 270 out, just tapping on that closeout, just adding that Pedro Caldas style as he goes from the safety to the creeper, from the safety of the rail, getting that 450 and locking on that downpipe of the OG pool. On to the mega he goes, left foot forward, backside 360 out, going for the front lip, getting that 270 out of the donkey kink with the full pull, going left foot forward, front lip with the grab.
Oh.
Not quite locking in on the white wine handrail.
So he's got to stomp this right now if he is going to really pile the pressure on Window. Yeah. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It wasn't quite as stomped as we've seen him do. They were clean as a whistle every single time in the qualifying rounds up till this point. So this is a funny one because that backside four, out of the OG pool, better by far. But then missing up on the handrail is a small percentage. Not quite as good on the K-Rock on that first straight. That front lip with the wrong hand on to keep that rotation coming out of the back there onto the mega pool 2. Oh, Windsor needs to go a little harder. We know that he can. He is a former champion of Plastic Playground, so is no stranger to the big stage and the pressure cooker of contest. Those guys at home, who have you got your money on? If you go to the Plastic Playground's website, just open up another tab on your phone, on your desktop, wherever you are watching this, you can see the running order up there for each of our head-to-heads and also the super final running order 2. Then you can start having a little sportsman bet, 900. Clean as you like, once again, getting in very deep, very heavy on that landing, but how could you not when he went up that high? Big old snowboard, Melon 3 over the hip of our backbone feature. Here's the Westlife.
Getting creepy with that 180 in, onto the pipe he goes with a 360 out, setting him up for that monster cut, that James Windsor cut, for that firecracker to 50-50. On to the pipe he goes with a 270 out. That is an insane gap to do, especially in this weather. James Windsor handling like an absolute pro that he is. To the Mohawk he goes, going outside in approach, 180 in, 360 out, gapping over the landing ramp of the Mohawk, coming in right foot forward to Felix's hallway for the front lip, to the hallway, to that roll to revert with the crail grab. On he goes, 270 in to the OG, to the diving board, to the 270 in, 270 out. Yes, sir.
A lot of movement going all over the place, and to work your way across from the outside to the in and get that clean transfer. It's tough, loving that old school tail grab, backside 1, 360 on, 180 off, a little bit earlier than he would have liked, slipping off that middle rail. Yeah. That was nice, tippity tappity skibbity scabbity crazy on that pipe.
Front board, front lip, getting the handle past Pretzel 2 out. Now toe side, backside 720, like for like, squeezing in the grab in there, like after does the backside 360, stops that rotation, gets that stale fish, and carries that rotation on. Really looking forward to watching that one again in the
Go
replay.
on, has he added enough? Has he done it? It's...
Wouldn't want to be a judge for that one.
No, I mean, no. Absolute hellish time of it they're having in there. That's why we just talk a good game, occasionally. So here we see a few replays of the action from Window. That beautiful, I think it was it Seagull?
Yeah, because it's coming heel side. It was the mix to fakie. Very uncommon trick you see.
So we're going to see those scores pop up. Our judges under pressure because we want to keep this event rolling. We still got a lot of riding to do. Rudy, Tall Boys, not looking warm. Oh! And look at that, people. Windsor, we wondered whether there is enough. Windows, see you in the next round. Super final for you, baby. There could be another title on the cards. Commiserations to Pedro Caldas. It seems like a Captain Obvious statement, but it's always going to be tight at this stage of the competition, at this particular event. So, hard luck, Pedro. That is tough. He made those top 3 back at Munich Mash. He has got some big wins, big podium finishes so far this year, but it's not going to be a plastic this time round. It could be for James Windsor.
This next head-to-head, let me tell you, we got the one and only Rudy Tallboys, local hero here in Liquid Leisure, versus the big brother of Gavin Stuckey, who he went against in the previous round and won.
But for Trent, it looked so easy earlier on, didn't it? It looked so easy.
Let me tell you, though, Rudy's got quite the run ahead, and I know he's going to put the pressure on Mr. Trent. Don't let that be the commentator's kiss of death. No, it isn't, with that back mode 5 going for the hard way 540 into the bank.
Little cleaner than we saw him do before in the quarterfinal head-to-heads. Gets that backboard tail, then gets all of the hips around, onto the ledge, back up onto the rail. Now going, this is mental. Oh, we need another angle.
Going back lip firecracker, transferring over to the West Stroke pipe. My, oh my, getting the full pull. Not quite the rotation out that he wanted, but still very, very solid and unique approach to that hack.
I don't know anyone who's doing something that technical on the K-Rock right there.
Going.
Oh,
my,
there it
giddy, giddy,
is.
gum, gum.
So don't you start with that business. So coming out of the transition, asking for a back edge, but no problem for Rudy. Goes transfer to transfer, the little dingly ding on the end of the closeout to roll away through, coming in left foot forward. Front lip, right foot forward, 270 across, then keeps that rotation, 270 again. Rudy, now check this. Is he going to go? He's going to go all in. He went for the back mode 5 to start things off. He's going to have to go tantrum, too blind right here. The hardest way to get across, not using the safety, but pushing off the top pipe to hit the donkey kick and continues that rotation again. Hard way, hard way 270, not the full pull. It's a minor percentage of that particular section. Rudy now heel side, has been toe side before. Sensible, the 900 was needed, wasn't it? We've seen toe back 7 before, but the extra rotation was needed. So potentially only wobble right there, maybe on the K-Rock, not getting the full purchase, but that early handle pass, that back, hopefully we're going to see that again. You guys possibly didn't get the best angle, but he is going back lip up firecracker, which is ridiculous. No one does that.
Then he he keeps that board in that position, does a handlebars, twists his shoulders and his body round, but the board stays.
So it
in the
looks
same
like back lip
position.
nose.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but from rail to rail. Just mind-blowing. No one doing that.
Right, get ready for the
as we
Trent Stuckey show.
Yeah. And if anyone's got anything to say about that, it's going to be Mr. Trent Stuckey himself. So there are your scores. 63.93. So a strong start from Rudy, bearing in mind a little butt check on that Mob 5. So there is room for some improvement, of course. But now we have the infamous, the one, the only, Mr. Trent Stuckey. This guy has been slaying this setup. And I'm so looking forward to seeing how this battle unfolds.
Team USA in the background in full force.
Back mode 5.
Well, if we're comparing them,
that was
Trent wins that.
Now hard, he gets a hard way, likely Rudy, with the hard way into the bank.
And it was cleaner, wasn't it, the way he landed and rode out of that?
Yeah, and he ollies, that huge ollie up. Check that, creeper, backside 180, rewinds backside 360 for this left foot forward, step, up to pipe, over to 180 to nose press, and then gets a spin out. Trent Stuckey doing typical Trent Stuckey things, blowing minds as per usual, even in run number 1. Now toe side in, front lip. Oh, we've seen him rewind out of that. So that's actually the first time we've seen him not get the hit he wanted. But still, nonetheless, very clean. Backside 3 onto the tippy toes on the outside creeper ledge to rewind frontside 3.
On he goes to the OG, going early handle pass front board, same way 90 out to the front roll from the safety of the diving board onto the down pipe. Having the diving board truly live up to its name, setting him into the stratosphere on the sides of that roll. Popping from the safety of the up rail, getting that 360 on, front lip, and a monster gap. Can't really see from our angle if he made it through, but we'll watch that in the instant replay on that back lip. 270 on the white wine rail. Again, not quite the full pull, but still very, very solid first run. One last hit for the young American rider.
Oh, the toe back 5, rewind 1 with the grab in there as well. Oh my God, that was insane. Right, let's have a look at this action replay. There it is, the toe side, backside, 540. Stops that rotation, gets a stale fish, and then backside 1. So 5-2-1 if we're going off the name basis, 3-2-1.
So didn't quite get this hop across. It was just the tiniest of clips moving across from that outside ledge to the middle rail on the mega pull. Coming off CNC bit early on the handrail, but still getting that rotation off.
Also the rewind on the mohawk that he not quite wanted to get around.
So there were some wobbles, there were some chinks. It'll be interesting to see because the scores are going to be coming out, and then Rudy can sort of make a call on how he needs to play it. I mean, basically how he needs to play it is just go guns a-blazing, right? There isn't any other option when you've got Trent Stuckey still left with a second run.
100%, 100%. Oh, and we're getting some scores. Trent Stuckey with a 70.20, so just under 7 points difference.
I mean, that sets it out right there. Even with a few minor wobbles, still a sizable gap. So I don't think anybody else... sounds like doing the other riders a disservice, but to take 2 Stuckeys on in an event, that's and Riley Dillon, who just sat behind us right here.
Considering they're both current world champions,
Yeah.
Trent and Gavin taking the worlds in both
It's
urban
not the
and
easiest
traditional.
route that young
No.
Rudy has been given. Can he keep this cleaner, though? This back mob 5, getting the mute grab up, dropping out of the stratosphere. That was way better.
There's that redemption. On he goes, left foot forward. Backside 540, hard way into the tranny. Setting him up with his right foot forward to go. Backside board side to the creeper. Back to the pipe, front board, same weight, 90 out.
Keep
90
that angle,
retention.
keep that angle. Don't change angle.
Like an
Let's just see
absolute pro.
this.
Going.
Oh.
Back lip. Rail to the rail.
Better.
Same way, 270 out. Big improvement already on the kicker and on the K-Rock. Rudy putting in the work. He wants to make it to the next round, and he wants it real bad as he goes to the Mohawk with his right foot forward going. Hard way, 270 to lip, buttering through the landing and just bringing it back around to his left foot forward. Onto the Felix he goes. 50-50 to front lip, going banana with his board going under the closeout and getting that 270 rotation out before the closeout. On he goes to that front lip. Big old gap with that 270 and 270 out from the
I think
diving
that was
board.
tidier as well, getting some solid connection and good pop to rotate off the end of that down rail out of the OG.
Now this mind-blowing hit. Backside, sorry, Tanny to be in. Then he gets the rail.
Even better.
Full pull with that front lip 270 out. Hard way 270.
There you go, boy.
Full pulling all the way to the end. Team GB behind me going absolutely buck wild. Right foot forwards from Rudy. Heel side, front side. 900 gets it done. That was an insane run.
I mean, hey, whatever happens, Rudy Tallboys, you could not have put any more effort in than that. And for a lad that's only been on the water, get this, 3 years. 3 years.
He'd never been on a
Hate that
wakeboard
guy.
before COVID.
Ridiculous.
Came out of
Absolutely
COVID.
ridiculous. I remember just before COVID, coming to a demo and just trying out boards, and he was already good then, that handful of years ago. And this, look at this. His younger brother Maddox, much the same talent there in the waiting. But then there's this cat, the Stuckies.
You know, so many tall boys on the water this week, but you know who's my favorite tall boy of them all?
I mean, obviously me. I'm the tallest of them all. All right, you two. Sorry, they're fighting over the mic back here. Apologies back here. A lot of drama, a lot of tension. It was okay when it was a two-way, but a lot more tension with a three-way. Oh! Rudy Tallboys.
With a 70.
Oh my gosh! So how's about this? Trent Stuckey cannot chill. I mean, he is not chill. Any of his riding is just full on, and that was clean once again. But that's a sizable gap from Rudy. If anybody can, it's got to be this man, Trent, right now, getting that same 2 hits, same level of consistency, same clean, gets that back 270 nose, then onto the nose, adding a little bit more precision there.
That hit is just so insane. The technicality of it, to land on that creeper, lip slide, right on the nose, and to be able to pop up to the rail is second to none. No one can do that. That's just insane.
Slight improvement then, just on that one feature. The rest all the same. Is he going to get this rewind that we've been seeing do so many times before? Yes, he is. It's creeping ahead. There's that catch-up right now. You don't want to let Trent Stuckey get the momentum. Oh, that again with just nowhere to land on that creeper. There's nothing there. So spinning blind and then trying to find it. Early hander pass, front board. Then gets a 270 out. Solid again. It's going to be a nail-biting situation for everyone on the shore right here. Team USA and Team GB.
Back 5 in.
Backside 5 in. Gets a beautiful rail-to-rail. 270 to front board. 180 because he snapped out of that backside. That was right on the nose. You see how that board just bends so much. Now Trent coming into the kicker section. Toe side. Oh my God. Now that is an answer to Rudy Tallboys' second run. That was speechless. Words.
Wow.
Lots of words.
So many words. I wonder if that butt check from the mega pull is going to affect his score so much after that run. I mean, every hit on the course was an absolute banger. Just that last mega pull hit.
So yeah, we just we've got sort of some official.
Oh my
oh,
God.
Oh wow, blowing it apart. You called it, buddy. Riley just saying that it was the section 1 just blew it apart. I mean, hey, you know what? To see Rudy step it up and step it up and step it up, that is insane. And just at the start of his career, like Trent really, because these kids are all young out there ripping it up. Well done, Trent. Commiserations to Rudy, but I mean, as much as he will be disappointed, ultimately he should not be disappointed.
He just put down the run of his life, you know,
More than
and
we've ever seen.
he beat Trent Stuckey with Trent's first run, and then obviously Trent, with the pressure added from that insane second run from Rudy, Trent knew he had to go all guns a-blazing, and he did exactly that, delivering the goods, which earned him his place through to the super finals. So that is our first 2 riders in our super finals. There it is on your screen. We have Trent Stuckey.
Oh, Window and Victor.
So our third rider, Window, Victor, and Mr. Trent Stuckey himself. That is our 3rd finalist. Now our 4th and final battle of the semis is here. We have Busty Dunn versus
The one and only local hero, LP Liam Peacock.
Of course. Busty about to do Busty Dunn things straight out the gate. Right foot forward, left foot forwards. Oh my God. Huge backside 7 off the heels. Staying left foot forwards, back lip, 450 into the transition. Very cleanly done.
It's just like him and Joey on the old back lips with so little board, just touching plastic, all the control in the world, and then same again there. Early handlebars into a back lip nose. Oh my God, front board nose, and then coming across 1 step, 2 step, 3, and across front lip in.
Full pulling.
It was full pull. He was thinking about the pop out of it, or something out of it, or a press out of it, or just to push one leg straight the other way, whatever it is, to just add that extra tweak of style, but got the full pull at the very least. So still a clean first line. Back lip. Back lip 4 fiddles.
Yeah, because he's come outside in, gets that back foot over for the backside lip slide on that pipe. You got to be really quick with that to get the 450 out landing into the transition. It's tough, really tough. As you saw from Trent when he charged the rewind out, he took it to the flat. Back lip into the pull. Frontside 450, beautiful frontside lip slide to pretzel 270 out, full pulling. Now we move on to the second of the pull gaps, the mega pull here at Liquid Leisure, where, oh my goody gum jobs, there it is, I've dropped it. Hillside, backside 270.
There it is, Busty Dunn back lip.
That
no
was
board, literally
beautiful.
no board contact there, and still logging it in. Rounding it up with a kicker hit. Lazy, easy, cruisy, lofty, fully grabbed KGB. Wow, what a run from Busty. The guy has got flow, and it looks easy, so easy. What's that crew back home saying? So JB, fully in the chat. Thank you, Norby, you too. Mr. Aaron Gunn, he knows what a plastic playground is all about. Thank you guys for joining in.
No stranger to the top of the podium.
No, he is not. Good to have you guys joining in the chat. Please throw some chat, and we'll try and give you the call-outs all the way through while we see that replay of that incredible KGB, that back roll backside 3 with the grab all the way through, white knuckle grab. And Liam, second off the dock. We were talking earlier on the contest. Dan Milstein, you say you're the sort of mindset that would just rather go off first, not have to see, just do your thing.
Yeah.
You do you. Do you think that Liam is the clinical contest killer that would like to go off second? I kind of feel like he is. He is raising to the level that is right out in front of him, and wow, he's going to have to raise something right here. We do know that Liam's got more than enough of tricks in his bag of tricks to compete with that, but that was just Busty's first run. Back to the dock. Busty Dunn with a big score of 74 to start. That is what Liam is chasing. UK crew go a little wild while their rider, Liquid Leisure rider, gets in. Backside 7, stock, nice, tidy.
Solid start as he goes in for the tantrum to blind, hard way into the bank. So already stepping things up from Busty as he had quite a similar hit on the first kicker, but really taking it to the next level with the second and third rail hit as he goes step, 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 50-50, hard way 270, full pull through the K-Rock.
Very solid.
West Rock rail.
Liam, the only one to be doing that particular line on the Ralph on the West line. We'll be interested to see how the judges kind of view that sort of thing. But that is very different. Only one of the rider, Ryan Marston, doing that, hopping up onto the top of the cloudy, then pumping up that 50-50 kind of wall ride on the pipe.
Ollie.
It is a big ollie as well.
With no water to support you. That's all you.
That's cool. 90 on. Early handle pass and goes butters up, like back butters up that rail, then into that lofty grab, 180 out the other side. There we go, 450 getting the grab halfway through that, ollie and on back someone to make that happen.
Not quite locking in after that 450 on the down pipe, but still very, very solid first pull hit as he goes 50-50 to 50-50. Melon front side 360 in, hard way into the bank.
Matty getting excited right here because he thinks Liam copied him doing that particular trick.
Toe backside 270 on to the white wine handrail, and an acquired taste indeed, as Matty C likes to say. On he goes for a textbook
seatbelt grabbing right way through that as well.
KGB. So we have 2 KGBs and 2 sevens from both Busty and Liam. Both were grabbed. One was, I believe, a nose grab. One was a seatbelt.
There wasn't really a wobble. And I love it. It was nice seeing, because we've been sat over here not having the live stream cameras action zoomed in close on the Felix for that hit from Liam, which probably didn't appreciate as much as we do right now with that handle pass into 90, into back batters up, and then just stalls it out and then full one in the other way.
Back lip position is terrifying.
Oh, crazy.
And I mean, as we saw from the course preview, hard to see from the angles, yes, in the live stream, but there is that add-on rail there on the inside.
So
of
he's
the
bumping
Felix.
off that. That's
And
what's popping him
I
up.
believe it was he came in front board, did a handle pass up the Felix. Then after the handle pass, staying in the back lip now, then goes up the safety of the add-on. Yeah.
And that's steep.
That's insane.
That's hard to ride up that with 50-50, never mind with your board sideways and backwards. Okay, here we go. Liam Peacock up out in front. 4 points, there or thereabouts between the two. So Busty has now got to raise his game. We know he can. We know he can spin like there's no tomorrow, both ways. One of those riders who's just comfortable rotating every which way. Doesn't matter whether it's switch back lip nose or normal back lip nose or whichever. He can go either way. And he's going to need to see that, because that's exactly what our judges are after. The other thing, the guys at home, that John made very, very clear, is that our riders need to land in the foot forward that they're going to take on the next feature. No switch-ups in between.
That's right. And they are actually going to be marking them down if they do see riders doing a switch-up, because they either think, A, they landed that trick wrong, or B, they can't hit the next obstacle with that foot forward that they landed.
Exactly. So the switch and the normal doesn't really count for these riders, because they can do everything every which way to the same degree.
At a pro-level event like this, no, you're absolutely right. You're right, Matt.
So Busty coming out for his second and final run in this semi-final, searching for that place in our super final. Oh my word, he got a grab on the top of that.
Tail grab first,
Oh my
then
gosh.
the 2.5 spins. 450, a back lip, then the 450 into the bank. Busty, with that red helmet swag, goes frontside 1, down to creeper, backside 180, locks in the 50-50, doesn't carry on the rotation, stays left foot forwards. Step, to pipe, to hard way to the rail.
So that's light for light. That's matching Liam exactly on that particular feature. So it is going to be that kicker and the west line. Oh, a little switch up there in the middle from Busty. I'm sure the judges will take notes. Hopefully he can make up for the rest of it. Big old 450 out, that hard way, back lipping from the outside to the in on the top of the Mohawk.
Super unique approach, going the outside in for that back lip. On he goes to the hallway, stepping over the hallway in to that left rail. Getting that nice rotation out as he sets up with his right foot forward for the back lip. All the way up. On he goes for that 450.
Wow.
From toe side, front side. From the safety of the diving board onto that pipe and locking in all the way. Full pulling. That is so difficult after that monster gap as he goes. Big old transfer.
It wasn't as tight. It wasn't as tight. The first one was so locked in. Are we going to go back lip, nose, nose, nose? Oh, that wasn't as tight as well. So this is where Busty can throw down, right? Just getting stratospheric and just spinning like there's no tomorrow. Oh, he's going to go KGB. Keeping it safe, keeping it samesies.
Nose grab KGB.
Nose grab KGB. I mean, safe for him, not for us.
Yeah, holding that grab all the way through from start to finish. I love to see it, and the judges will too.
But considering the vibe of our judges throughout this competition, thinking they want to see use of the hack. So you look at what was, I mean, it's not a simple maneuver from Liam, that Felix hit, but he is using the hack where Busty is not. Busty's just using the Felix, whereas Liam is using that hack in a ridiculously unique way that no one else is doing. I mean, obviously, that tail grab back 9 was something else out of the blocks.
Yeah.
When you're doing a trick that critical straight off the dock, obviously that could mess your entire run up, so the judges score you higher the more difficult stuff you do earlier on in your run.
And I almost think that the camera doesn't do justice to these XL kickers here.
Yeah,
If I
'cause we're up
remember
higher,
correctly,
yeah.
I don't believe they make these kickers anymore. I think that these are the only XLs.
I think the new XLs are a tad smaller. If I'm not
Tad
wrong.
smaller. Okay, so
That's
these
why I'm
actually
still
are
in
one of-
pain from Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are one-of-a-kind unit Park Tech XL kickers. These things absolutely send you. If you cut in hard and get the pop as well, you're going to the height of the cable. It is insane. I know that Riley Dillon handled those kickers like an absolute champ.
Going in
like
rap.
a machine every single goddamn time.
So we're saying that we're brown nosing Riley Dillon because he just sat right
Yeah.
next to us. But honestly, dude, it was a pleasure to watch you rip yesterday. It was
Absolutely.
tough calls between you two boys out there, but it was amazing.
Liam
Oh,
Foster.
so there we go. It's a victory lap there, right? We confirmed. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
victory
more of a Wordsworth, a words cunning linguist, as they say, rather than a numbers guy. So we have got confirmation of Liam Peacock. Do you reckon he goes cash? Do you reckon he goes practice something saucy?
I reckon practice.
We're
I
open.
reckon practice. Knowing Liam, he's gonna absolutely send it.
That's it. The finals run right there. Finals run. Giving the people what they want. It wasn't even a very good rally. So I'm just pointing this out.
A rally for the Israeli. He knows what I like to see.
I love that. Taking it nice and chill. Now,
Hey, did anybody else? You guys missed just talking about awesome tricks. While we're just going to let this guy ride around and have some fun. Ryan Peacock's most awesome of swan dives over there. Did you see it?
No,
It
why,
was
what
so
happened?
good. So Ryan Peacock is doing that crazy. Comes in and does that kind of 180 power manual.
oh, yeah.
And then
yeah,
up
yeah.
onto the creeper, and this is on the west line, the West Rock curb, and the Waiter line, the Ralph.
Yeah.
And it was really a Ralph for him, and he just got so much tension off the cable that he just got tacoed over that middle rail, and then just very gently and elegantly just swooshed out on his sternum out of the other end. And
Kinda
just
like a
he
penguin.
almost tumble turned it up as well. It was
Oh,
brilliant.
my God, no way.
So we really hope that's going to make the crash real. So apart from your incredible riding, Ryan, right the way through, that was also a highlight for us. Liam Peacock waves to the crew in half-cut corner. If anybody knows their English euphemisms and slang, you'll know exactly why that corner is half-cut. Double! Dennis on the buttons right next to us.
Are we gonna see a double from Liam Peacock?
He does
Big old heel side cut for the KGB5.
probably worth practicing that.
Yeah, probably.
So there we have it. We've got our finalists. Let's just run through that once again. Where are we? Where are we? Just looking up our running order. So out of our head-to-head battles here in the semi-final, our super final will be consisting of Victor Salmon, James Windsor, Trent Stuckey, and Liam Peacock. We have got Great Britain, USA, Australia, and Belgium.
If you got any guesses for our podium, be sure to comment them on the live stream, on the live chat. Show some support to your riders from back home.
I like that, JB, appreciating the Superman. Das Superman. Es war sehr schmutzig. Es war einfach klasse. For all of our German friends out there. Yes, the Superman, it's a very technical trick. It's what the people want. That's textbook show waking. Never mind all these spinning lots of times and grabbing stuff. What's that all about, eh? Hey, everybody back at home. Thank you. I'm Matt. He's Dan. He's Matt. You are so sandwiched right here. That is... classic beef and horseradish sandwich right here. English time.
Keeping it
Lucky,
kosher.
lucky boy. Keeping it kosher, though, obviously.
Keeping it
Always kosher. So for you back home, wherever you are, a lot of people joining in the chat. Hello, just on screen right now. Johan, Norby, Aaron, Graham, JB.
Big Mac Fort, little brother
Jason.
of Lockie Fort. How you doing,
Big
Mackie?
Mac Ford, Trent, Victor, Liam, Windsor. Okay, so that's your order right there. So Aaron Gunn's calling it. 1, 2, 3, 4 is Trent, Victor, Liam, Windsor. Darko, how you doing, mate? Sorry you couldn't make it. Good to see you too. Nick Coates was there earlier on. Mr. Bro Clothing hanging out. So all of you, if we don't get to mention every single one of you, we apologize. We'll try and do that as we roll through the rest of proceedings here today. Oh, is that working? Thank you, Riley. Riley just wants to see more of us. Riley's really excited about my matching underpants to this shirt as well. And there's not a lot of material, I'm not going to lie, Riley. Banana. More. Yeah, really big banana, that's right, yeah. It is going to be a crazy final, but before we get to that pro men final, we got some other finals, and I tell you what, our women and our junior men, there's been something else right the way through, hasn't it? Girls doing crazy stuff, girls just flipping into and off everything and spinning like it's no tomorrow.
What about our juniors?
And our juniors
That's
is
the future
just,
of our sport, and the future is looking.
It's not the future, it's the now, isn't it?
Oh, so bright.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Maddie.
But
Maddie
it's true,
B.
a lot of the junior runs would fare well in the pro men, as we've seen time and again.
100%. Speaking of an unbelievable junior men's run, we got on the dock Patrick Woyak, who did an unbelievable back roll to front lip on the white wine, an acquired taste.
A very acquired
indeed,
taste,
as you like to
yes.
say. And just getting the full pull on that so skinny handrail. Like an absolute pro handling that one.
So let's do a roll call. As you can see up there on the screen, first off the dock will be Poland's Patrick Woyak. Then we got Preston Persichetti, USA. Jake Heatley from Australia. Kieran Smith from Great Britain. An amazing mix of intensity, technicality, style, individuality between all of these riders. It's going to be quite the final from these young guns.
How good is it to see the sport growing? We're getting such an international presence here. We got, I think there was over 25 countries in the entire competition.
All right, you lot on the chat, let's keep it positive. Hey, so Jefferson Rickman has Trent winning everything. I mean, it's a fair call. It would be odds on. Brett Forden, we've got all the USA crew in the house. Luco Di Pereira, thank you. Mitch H, first Trent, second Trent, third Trent. I mean, okay, I don't think will that work. Meanwhile, junior men, super final. Poland's Patrick Woyak coming in. One-handed, hardcore cut, lovely stalled out toes. Oh, that was my fault. That was my fault.
That was
definitely my
For
fault.
those of you back home who don't know what the CKD is, that is the commentator's kiss of death.
It was my fault, Riley. I said something nice about the thing that he was doing before he did it, and then he fell in. That's the problem. That's the commentator's kiss of death. What are we looking for? You after honey? Honey? Sugar, sugar. So Patrick Woyak getting a minimal score, understandably, because he did not stomp a trick. So we're going to be moving on to our next rider. That next rider being USA's Preston Persichetti. Watch the chat go crazy right now.
Double P taking 2 podiums last week in the WWA Wake Park World Championships, both in the park and urban division. Absolute sender off the kickers and super technical on the rails.
So we got our next rider. This is Preston now going. Was that heel or toe he came in? Toe back 7.
Setting him up for the 50-50 frontside 360 out pretzel straight into the bank as he sets up left foot forward onto the Ralph. Only 180 in. Same way 270, just hanging on that nose. Nice and technical from the young American rider as he goes. Front lip to 50-50 to front board. Same way 270. I'm not sure if that switcheroo was intentional from that front lip to 50-50 or
he made it work right, but that's risky biscuits going full pull on the Kaysen part because you can fall into that hallway of death, valley of death right there. We've had that with Callum Smith earlier on. Oh, was that Tippy Tappy over there?
It was indeed.
So he get on back board and then just clipping the nose and the tail before he rotates out of that. Preston now, which way is he going to go? Creeper, backside 1. Any spin out of that thing is difficult.
On he goes with his right foot forward. Backside 50-50, 360 out to the hardway 270, pretzel 90 out of that mega pull, of the OG pull gap, sorry.
The OG
Keeping
pull.
it nice and conservative, not going huge as he did in the previous rounds. But watch this, the back roll to backside board slide, not quite the full pull.
70% Riley Dillon says.
70% full pull, I'd say. Onto the nose press, backside 360, full pull, baby, the FPB. On he goes. One last kicker hit for Double P, Preston Persichetti for the toe side. 1, 2, 3, rewind. Are you kidding me?
Pretty cool, doing toe side, backside rotations off each kicker, both ways, either foot forward. That's going to stand him in good stead.
Good Lord, that kid can spin.
He can really spin, but he can lock in a rail hit too. And it's nice often when the trend has, as with all action sports, as things get more crazy, they sometimes can get a bit gymnastic, right? So when in amongst all of that, you see like a Liam Peacock just floaty sort of grab into other way, like shifty in the air, or a locked in press, or a locked in on the nose or the tail. That a little bit of mix up of that is nice. not taking away any of the cred that goes to these riders who have got such incredible aerial athleticism, easy for me to say. There's the remainder of our riders. We've got another youngster on the dock, as all these kids are. We have got, it is going to be...
All the way from WA, wow, wow, wee, wow. We got the youngest of the Heatley crew.
How old are we talking here, buddy?
15. Jakey Heatley putting in the work with that heel back 5. Rocking in the number 5 jersey as well. So many 5s in one sentence as he goes nose slide to front lip, not quite locking that in. Going in left foot forward to the Ralph. Going from the safety, backside board slide. And getting a rotation out of that as he sets up for the K-Rock. Left foot forward for the front lip to the backside board slide to the 270 out. Yes, sir.
Now we're coming down. Features fairway as Jake gets a quick moment to catch his breath back. Now left foot forwards, toe side, outside in, so it's backboard, and then uses that transition, the wall. A little bit hard to see there, but very creative way, coming almost diagonal across that obstacle.
Keeping calm as he goes into Felix's hallway. Definitely getting a hall pass from us with that heel front 540. Setting him up perfectly for the OG. Backside board side, same way 90 to the back lip, pretzel 270. Very, very solid from the young Australian rider.
Yeah, full pulling all the way to the end of that down rail. Now into the pull gap we go. Where we go is for a backside 360, backboard, then to back lip, same way, getting a backside 270 out the end.
Onto the handrail with a big old backside board side, same way 90. A little bit of tic-tac action. One more hit for Jakey Heatley. What's it going to be? Big old heel side cut for the... Look at how long he grabs his board on that mob. My, oh my, that was stylish.
Yeah, all of it very tight indeed. Good bit of use of something different that not many of our riders have been hitting. That step down ledge, those flat bars on the left-hand side of the mega pool. Here we see it again. Hopping on backboard nose, popping down to back lip, then 270 round as well. No pre-spin either. That was tight. Then we got a little bit of a mini switch up just after the flat bar. And it's not necessarily the thing that will make the difference, other than when our riders' runs are so close that our judges have to pick apart the minor things. Whether a grab was held for longer than another, whether it's a bit more slap and tickle, or a grab, slap and tickle has its place, but not in a wakeboard contest. And there we have it. We got Preston Persichetti out in front. Jake Heatley a little way behind. And, of course, first off the dock was Patrick Woljak, who fell first trick. So he's got some making up to do. And if you might hear, don't know whether our microphone's picking up the sound of the background, UK crew are going to go a bit crazy. Liquid Leisure Zone, Kieran Smith is now on. There we go. That was the noise. I think that was Mum.
Kieran Smith straight out the gate, right foot forwards. He goes toe side, backside 720. Do you know what? We've seen 2 switches up there from both Jake Heatley and Kieran Smith before that kicker. Sorry, after the kick and before that first obstacle. But a super tight hit. And now check this out as he goes frontside 180 into the swoop. Hard way 270 out the swoop to that down rail of the wake the line. Outside in, he goes back. You can't see it from that angle, but we've seen it before. He goes backside up the stairs. So his back is facing the West Rock, and he goes step, 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 then over to the rail to rail from the top step to the wake the line.
It's the hardest
West
thing
Rock
to do,
even.
to push that way when your heels backs against that step. Front lip, 270, so nice. Just the gentlest, featheriest of touches on top of that pipe to then find all of that transition. Coming down the cloud, he goes, shoots the middle, gets that crail tantrum, ready to power on cross, getting to the outside of the cable. Oh, getting a bit corked right there. It's a little bit more wobbly than
going backside in and switch backside out. Bit wobbly, but keeping composed ahead of the mega pool. It goes right foot forward, toe back 3, grabbing the nose of the board to the front board down. Not quite the full pull, but very, very solid mega pool hit. On he goes, using the bump to go tap to back lip, 450 out. Managing the tension like an absolute pro. One last hit for the young local, the toe side, backside, 720, and the crowd goes wild. My, oh my.
Now we know that Kieran can go 9 on at least one of those ways, right? Maybe more. And exactly. So, but I'm sure same is the case for our other riders in this group. Patrick certainly, who is going to need to, lay it all down. He's going to be first off the dock for our second runs. It did not come together as planned.
No stranger to the pressure, though. Patrick can definitely put
No.
it together for his second run.
Even for a youngster, he's been riding in some big events already. Like us seeing him last year when he rode in the Youth and Senior Europeans and then in the Open Europeans as well. Yeah.
Wegduel in Lithuania.
Wegduel too, yeah, as in all of the traditional as well as the out there events. He's got it covered. Now it's all about the grinding, the jibbing.
Dobre, dobre, doing it for the pierogies.
So yes, Team Poland right there. Wojciech, Patrick, his dad will be watching somewhere. His dad very much part of the furniture at all these big events, helping out running them on the official stakes. So hello to you, Papa Wojciech.
Shout out to Marek. As Patrick sets out, the crowd going wild for Kieran as he comes back in. Look at that 270 on the replay.
And just to back up, Aaron,
My.
Aaron is like he's on speed dial with us, just filling us in from the command center right here. Aaron Gunn, thank you just for filling in the guys. Yeah, we can see that some of the camera shots are a little bit glitchy. It is the rain. It's been pelting it down all day. it's been glorious. So that is affecting the stream a little bit. So we do apologize for that. Hopefully the rain will ease up, not just for you in the stream, but literally for our sensibilities here in the UK. But all of our riders powering on through, as well as all the support crew on the shore. Takes a little bit more than a little bit of tiddly plinking from the skies above to dampen, pardon the pun, the spirits of us crew here in the UK. We are well and truly used to it.
Yeah, I'll be quite honest. Coming from Australian winter, hoping to get some beautiful English summer, I was hoping to have a little bit nicer weather.
We can only apologize. We're so sorry. In my most middle-class, middle counties English accent. So just trying to shout out to a few of you others. We've got a lot of people in the chat. Gary Scarlett, thank you. Dorota Lepika getting in there obviously from Poland, I would imagine, for Patrick Wojciech. JB getting behind Patrick as well. A lot of love for this young lad. And you know the thing is regardless where you're from and who you're supporting, we want to see every single one of our riders ride to their absolute fullest. We want complete runs.
Absolutely.
Then you know who the champion is. Come on, Patrick. All right, I spoke too soon then, didn't I? That was risky
redemption.
Toe bag 7 to start things off. Then he goes 180 on, 360 out.
Getting a little bit funky on that landing, almost slipping out of the transition, but keeping it composed as he goes. Nice and creepy to the front board, to the pretzel 450 out.
Off the nose as well. Not a lot of bow to push off, making it much more treacherous. Pop up, pop across, full pull 3 outs. This is more like it. Round the back straight, corner 1, now corner 2 coming up. Then he is faced with the Kiki Pipe rig set up on the left. Going to miss that. We are going to go Claudia plus Pipe eats Mohawk, not Mohawk, Mohawk. And that looked nice, rotating right the way through. From Pipe down to transition. Now, which way is he going to go here? On the little mini rail? He goes Creeper. Creeper on the outside of the rail.
Wow.
Sorry, the inside of that little add-on right there. So that the judges will like that.
Super
Something
unique,
different.
super risky as well as he goes from the diving board to that front lip, same way 270 out. Wow, we need to watch instant replay of that later on with that creeper action on the Felix. So he goes nose press, backside 360 out to the hard way 270, full pull, same way 90
go.
on the middle pipe of the mega pull. On he goes, right foot forward from the pipe, back roll, not quite locking in on the handrail, unfortunately, but still very, very solid run so far. On he goes with his left foot forward for the toe side, backside, 720, showing the judges he can do it both ways.
I think he's kind of middle ground of, yeah, that was okay, but there was that damn flat bar thing that could have been, I mean, but it was a high-tech, intense, high-stakes, high-risk maneuver on a part of the course that doesn't actually score as high as you would think for such a trick. So that whole section, for those of you at home, so they're judging the whole thing as a complete run, but for the ease of comparison, they are splitting up the whole course into sections, and that section is the mega pool and the rail as one, and the mega pool counts for the majority of the points in that section. So would it be wiser to just go for a much more simple trick and just lock it out? I mean, it's a high stakes thing on that. Whereas you could go invert. I say you could go just like it's easy to do. Just do another transfer invert. Why don't you? What are you messing around there for?
Do you know what? It was quite unfamiliar for Patrick Wojciech to actually miss out on that because throughout the competition, throughout
He's
the
been
rounds,
stomping it for sure. Yeah.
it's been locked in first and to second lap, full pull. Then that board, the foot left and right was just perfectly centralized over that rail.
So if it's that consistent, why wouldn't he do it again? So
Of
a bit
course,
unfortunate,
exactly.
but the rest of it was primo, right?
Eyes on the dock as Preston is getting ready to put down his second run. He's already seen everyone's first and now Patrick's second run. Absolute sender.
Yep, clearly giving the judges having their work cut out for them. Straight out the gate with the toe side, backside 7. That was his end kicker hit with the other left foot forwards, toe side, backside 720. Kid just can spin left, right, and center, up and down. All the inverts. So sick to see Patrick here at Liquid Leisure Plastic Playground 2023 for the super finalists here with our junior men's. Next up, we have Double P Preston doing it for the US of A. I remember seeing him for the first time for the World Championships in Thailand last year and absolutely blew me away. Was really not expecting the tricks, the hammers. I believe he was going for the Pete Rose 5 and a huge 900s, and we just was not expecting that from this list.
And the transfers as well that he was throwing down.
Yeah. I mean, he looks taller now. He was a bit smaller then. I know it was only a few months ago, but it's like he's had a growth spurt or something over the last half a year. Still absolutely killing it out there. And there, the scores speaks for themselves. So 74.27 from Preston's first lap. So he is sitting pretty right now in the first top spot, but with it all to fight for with one run left.
He needs to solidify that. How will you do that? Opening up with a toe side, backside. 900. Yes, sir. That's not Tony Hawk in X Games 1995. That's Preston Persichetti putting in the work. Same trick, couple years apart, and a different sport. On he goes, that 180 in. 270 just holding on that nose on the Ralph as he sets up for the front lip. 250-50. Not quite setting up for that jump in time. That has got to hurt his score as he sets up for that back straight, or as Matty likes to call it, features fairway with his left foot forward going. Little tap in the backside boardside position, 270 out. I like what I see, and I hope the judges do too, as he sets up for Felix's hallway. Are we going to see the 50-50 backside 180 out, setting him up perfectly for a right foot forward approach to the mega pool, to the OG pool. Backside 50, backside 360 out to the hard way 270 popper of the diving board onto the down pipe on the OG as he sets up for the mega.
Yeah, that's super tough to get that hard way too, getting a full pull out. Gets the spin in. It's kind of hard to see from that angle whether he did get the full pull connection. We're not sure if it's an improvement from his first run. I really like that. He goes 50-50, then to front board, and then same way back to out the end.
One last kicker hit for the young American rider, the toe side, backside 180, rewind 360. Are you not entertained?
So we are nearing the latter stages of this junior man final. Still 2 riders left to take to the water. Jake Heatley needs to have his turn. Kieran Smith as well. But as it stands from those first runs, Preston Persichetti out in front. Patrick Wolyek's second run putting him into second. Kieran third and Jake fourth. That is up until that run we just saw right there. Preston Persichetti, will it be an improvement? Have we seen that score come up yet? What do you reckon, boys? An improvement on the first run?
Doubtful. That K-Rock hit as well as not locking in on the OG pool. I think the first run score is going to stand.
As it does. There we go. So first run score for Preston will be his top score so far. Will that see him through to hold that top spot he has right now? Patrick very much on the bubble. Could get knocked down with 2 more riders left to go with their second runs. This rider, Jake Heatley.
Straight out the gate with that backside 540. Missing out. We've seen him get full pull connections on that prior to these finals. But we like that. Goes transfer from the safety over to backboard, then tries to bring it to back lip, but gets pulled off slightly early. Opts for a front lip up the step. Holds that front side lip slide. Now gets a rail to rail over to backside board slide.
I think I just heard Team USA welcoming Preston Persichetti back to the shore, then going crazy behind us. Them hoping that that is enough to see him through to that top spot. Beautiful hit from Jake. Not many coming back inside onto that cloudy or off the pipe, usually using the, going straight through the middle, as he did right there, shooting the whole pass. Felix gives him that certification for him to come out of that with that 5. Right foot forward. Backboard, 90 out. Back lip. pop in that 270. It's really hard when you're coming down at the water at speed. You need to push to make sure you don't pre-spin and you actually can control that pop. Jay did it beautifully.
On he goes to the mega pool, the backside 360 in, to the backside board side, to the backside lip side, same way 270. Like for like as is in the previous run. Going toe side.
No. Had a little
lip.
mind fart right there.
Happens to the best. It happens to the best. One last hit. Are we going to see the money mob? Are we going to see the money mob? Yes, we are. And grabbing that for days, my oh my.
I think from the youngster, that's got to be one of the Favesies tricks of the weekend, hasn't it? So styly.
Team Australia going wild on the shores.
And it'll be much the same from the GB crew, the Liquid Leisure crew.
Big brother Tommy on the live stream also showing some support. Yeah, Tom.
Hey, Tom Heatley from the Heatley clan. Apparently there's loads of you.
How you doing, baby?
I like these mafioso wakeboarding families. We've got the Stookies, they're the Smiths and the Saunders here in the UK
Peacocks.
as well, the Peacocks as well. I'm trying to make mine. I've made a couple of them at the moment.
Slowly but surely, it's a process.
It's a process, yeah. Yeah, I'm still figuring out the process.
There's that green light.
Which means now we go on to Team GB's young gun, Ripper on the water. Here he goes, Kieran Smith, toe side, backside 7, straight out the gate.
So I think Kieran is a lefty, so we saw a little switch up right then. Backside, full back 3,
That's
full front
tight.
3. Yeah,
That's
really
tight.
nice.
Locking in the 50-50 before dropping down. I say dropping, popping out for the front side 3. Gets the hard way 270, handle pass, backside 2, same direction out.
Keep that angle, you'll see this heel side hop.
50-50. You see what we mean about the backside approach? Most people commonly, with the obstacle in front of them if they're going upstairs, is a lot more comfortable
Easier to
approach.
bend over, lean into it and push across, off your toes.
But backside, insane. Super risky biscuits, which is why Kieran has clearly earned his worth here in the finals. Comes in left foot forwards for that front side lip slide, then stalls it out, carries on that rotation for a 270, landing blind in that tranny. Through the hallway, gets the hole pass, gets all the seatbelt wrapped up, tantrum. Check this. So he goes left foot heel back 3 in, then does a 180, then goes right foot backside 2, the opposite rotation.
Did not get the extra rotation off the end, which he definitely needs. So I think now that was even bigger with that tail grab half the way through. Yeah, fake
gets
out.
the front 3 fake out. Now it's time to step it up. We're in the last. Gets the 4. He has to get, in my opinion, a 9 here.
At least.
At least, if he wants to earn that top spot. We've seen it from Preston. What is it going to be? Toe side, backside. 720. That's insane. Gets it done. Whether it's going to be enough on the kickers, in my opinion, unofficially, of course, I think it favours more towards Preston because we saw that extra 180, making it a toe back 9. How the rest of the course stands, well, that's why we have the best judges in the game up there going to go battle it out.
And not us 3 idiots just talking smack all the time.
Yeah. Exactly.
We know our place, don't you worry.
Oh, wow, that was really tough.
Hi again.
Hello.
So anybody else joining us? And is that... who we got? JB just fully into it. Lovely. Tom Heatley getting behind him. Pez Shuan. Sending JB. Okay, I love the way they're just chatting amongst themselves on their chat as well. Like we're
don't
a
mind
love
us.
forum
Sorry.
here. Don't mind us. Carry on. Yeah. Not doing anything here. So you guys back home, keep on coming with the chat. If you have not yet shared this link, could you do so, please, across your airwaves, on your WhatsApp, your messages, on your socials, etc., etc. Let's get more people involved, more people watching the rest of the incredible action here at Liquid Leisure for Plastic Playgrounds 2023. We are your hosts, Matt Crowhurst,
Matty Branston,
and Dan Milstein, and there it is.
Oh, it's not going to be. It is an improvement only just from run number 2, but it's not going to be enough to take the top.
So hang on, it feels like we should have made more of a song and dance about that. That is super finals right there. That's the results. We've got a Plastic Playground champion up there.
Yeah, our first of the day, actually.
Let's hear it for Preston Persichetti.
Yeah,
big up that young man. I believe that's his first. That's his first Plastic Playgrounds as well. Because what is he, like 7 years old or something silly?
Notice that he actually won with run number 1.
Yeah, all out, straight out the blocks, all guns are blazing. So congratulations, USA. Patrick Warrior putting himself under pressure, but coming up trumps with that second run. Kieran Smith Just, man, that riding all the way through has been so insane from
Past
that kid.
2 weeks, actually. Not
Yeah,
just
oh,
this
well,
week.
of course, yeah, because I wasn't here with you guys for the was, but yes. And then rounding up our final, it's no mean feat, getting into a super final with the caliber of riding, because we've had like 1 million junior men riding in this thing. Slight over-exaggeration, but there have been loads of them. And Jake Heatley making it through, and I think, is he the youngest in the pack there, Jake?
Actually, Preston's the youngest, I believe.
Preston's the youngest, but one of our younger riders in entirety in this competition. So Jake Heatley, more of that craziness coming from him, I'm sure. Okay, we're going to be moving on to our next final, Pro Women.
The super finals, we got Campbell Scarborough, Julia Rick, of course, Australia's Courtney Angus, and the Netherlands, oh so sunny, Santa Mayer. But first off the dock, we got Campbell Scarborough opening up on her toes with a toe side, front side 540.
So a heel or a toe 5, good staple part way to start your run, especially if you're first off the dock. It is your first run, but there was nothing stable about that. That was tidy, snowboard styley, big old 3 over the hip.
Showing the judges she can spin both ways as she sets out for that creeper to front board. Same way, 270, doing it for Team USA. Comments are going absolutely wild for our American riders as she goes popper to 50-50 on the caisson, over to the pipe of the caisson.
It's
That's
really
a big
hard.
gap.
We need like multiple angles on that one feature because there's so much going on. They basically split the caisson down the middle and sandwiched in that West Rock curb to down rail.
Some risky biscuits indeed as she goes back lip, pretzel 270, just dropping in on the transition at the end of the Mohawk.
It was like she could have cleared it all, but just placed her legs down in that back lip position and then found the transition beautifully.
Just for the hell of it, as she goes 50-50, frontside 360 out of the creeper of the Felix Georgi feature, setting her up left foot forward to the toe side, backside 360 in to the 270 front board out, full pull baby, FPB.
So watch out for you guys at home if you're not as au fait. I know we've got some proper wakeboarding aficionados in the stream, so they'll know what's up. Oh, that was clean. Toe front roll in, 180 on. Oh, full pull, baby. What about that from Campbell? This is looking good. Can she do the same? Isn't
Yes,
it nice?
she can.
It doesn't need to be any more complicated than a 50-50 on a skinny rail.
The white wine does
The
it again.
white wine.
On she goes. One last hit. It's going to be the backside. 540. And I think
Tickle?
she sneaked a
Little tickle.
A little board tickle in there as well.
So
Very,
nice work
very
from Campbell.
solid.
So yeah, once again, to you guys at home, like if you are watching and you are friends and family, but not fully dialed in to the way these things are judged, one of the things that you can look out for if you can try and keep pace, because this gives you a little insight into how difficult a job it is for our judges, is them trying to keep track of which way our riders are rotating. Because we want to see an equal number. They don't want to be favoring too many rotations, landing in backlit front board in the same position each time. It's got to be a mix-up. It's got to be a nice, balanced affair, showing every foot forward, toe, heel, edge, grab, left and right rotations. Okay, scores up. Campbell Scarborough with a, wow, big old pumping score to get things going. That is a high bar for the rest to try and reach. Sanne Maya. There isn't a big competition that this girl has not competed in and podiumed at as well. Is this going to be another one for her? There's that staple start-off thing. 540 off her heels this time compared with the toe side hit from Campbell. 180 on, 360 out. Really, really nice. Kind of trick for trick so far between our first two riders in the super final. 180 on off the popper. Oh, no. I don't know what happened. Her body was a little bit too much over that big rail.
Yeah, almost like tacoing the rail, but managing to pull it back. Firecracker up, rail to rail over to the West Rock, just missing out on the full pull. But no worries, as Sanne Maya is coming around corner 2 now. Down the features fairway, into the Mohawk. She gets that backside board slide, kisses the rail, beautifully done with the backside 2, landing blind into that transition. Left foot forwards now. Heel side, front side 1, all the way through looking in that 50-50. Then gets the front side 360. Muscles it wrapped. Stays right foot forwards, heels over where she gets a 50-50. Cheeky nose tap. Safety of the diving board over to front side lip slide.
Words.
Words.
So many words.
So many words. Setting up.
Gets the backside 360 into the pool, front side 1. I personally love that. Landing on a rail 50-50 is way more tech than landing either front side lip slide or backside board slide, back lip or front board.
Basically, board perpendicular is way easier than board in line, especially when it's skinny winny.
Yeah. right foot forwards. Gets the Moby Dick.
Go on,
into
say it. We know who wants to say it. Go on, Dan, say it.
It's whaling
There we
season,
go.
baby.
Right, that's your time. So that was insane from Sander,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
And being run number 1 as well. So we saw 2 spins from Campbell's kickers, right? And I believe we didn't see a flip in her run from Campbell. Is that right?
She did flip into the mega pool.
Oh,
there
okay,
was
yeah.
that,
So there was technically 1 flip. Yeah, you are right. Where Sandy Mayo goes for the Moby Dick.
We've seen that replay. How solid was that coming out of
love
the
it.
pool? It
Yeah,
was just
here it is.
not a flinch. It was like she was sort of literally on a running track moving down that pipe. And there's the Moby Dick. So we're talking to Mobe. Any invert with a handle pass rotation, that's going to add to those technical stakes, the intensity score. And here's this lady. Come on, let's get to chatting about going about Courtney. She's been there, done that, right? Another one of those riders who, but still on fire. Still on fire.
No stranger to a finals. No stranger to the cable scene. Courtney Angus, I think first competition back, I think in a while. Very, very good to see her in this pro women's super final. Getting all set up, rocking jersey number 9. Doing it for Cable's Wake Park. Courtney Kangas Angus. We're just waiting to get Sunny's score before we send off the Australian shredder, as they say over there. And I think we just got the green light. JB showing some love on the live stream as Courtney sets up with her left foot forward, eyeing up the left kicker. That is a big old heel side cut for the grabbed half cab roll, setting her up with her right foot forward, going for the backside 360 into the second bank. Not quite sure that's what she wanted. I saw in practice she was locking into that first pipe initially, but on she goes, going out. Ooh, getting a bit undone on that popper to 50-50 to 360 into the bank, but keeping it composed as she goes firecracker to 50-50 to 50-50 to backside 180. My, oh my, that's a lot of words on one hack. On she goes to the back straight with a right foot forward, taking an outside in approach for the front lip, backside 270, and there is that Dave AV angle that we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, buddy, Dave Av, good to have you in the house yet again.
On she goes to the 50-50 on the creeper, frontside 360 out, setting her up left foot forward to the OG, big toe side cut for the backside 180 in to the back one onto the rail. Ooh, getting a little bit feebly, a little bit of a Smith feeble.
Yeah, okay. There's another word we can use for that. But frontside 180 on, carries on that rotation. Backside board slide 50-50. Pretzel frontside 360 out the end, muscling that tension like a queen that she is. Courtney Angus 50-50. Then goes backside 360 out the end.
So the weather just abating a little bit, enough for us to get Dave AV out, or him in his flying form. Oh, Courtney!
Oh, man, going for the toe back 7.
Toe back 7, getting stretched out on that landing. We saw her land that earlier on in the qualifying rounds to get her through to this position. But I'm not sure with that it will be enough to take a top spot. We're going to wait and see the scores come through. I mean, Nasane's run was insane. This stuff, though, getting that 3 in and then powering across to the outside. It goes backboard, back to 50-50, keeps going, and then pretzeled out the other way. So this lady, I mean, Julia Rick, when the events were more traditional in their format, where it's air tricks and more simplistic features, she owned it. And then in all the credit to her, which is definitely due to her, as the feature riding and all of that got a little bit more crazy, a bit more out there, she has adapted. She has managed to turn it around. Because there we go, Camel Scarborough out on top, Courtney Angus second, and Sane in third, but with one more rider out to take her first run, Julia Rick.
And not just any rider, the one and only Julia Rick, opening up with a massive toe back 720 off that left kicker. That was huge. Onto that 1 in, 360 out into the bank. Setting up for the Ralph, going outside in approach for the frontside 180, going Same weight, 270 into the bank as she goes to the K-Rock. 50-50 to front board, same weight, 90 out.
Here we go, bird's eye view, right up behind Julia. Now you can get full frontal on this thing. Look how scary that thing is as you come into it. I got knuckled on that. It was not pleasant, but not like Julia Rigg. Too easy. Rotating all the way through, hopping on, hopping off, finding the transition. Now you get an appreciation on how skinny this little ledge is there, and the closeout at the end that could cause you a mischief. That wasn't my fault.
That was definitely...
That was 100% not my fault. I was just
definitely
talking in
your fault.
generics there. Either way, damn, Julia Rigg going down early.
Not something you see very often.
Not, like hardly ever,
Or
right?
ever.
Yeah, yeah. Like it will be a minor wobble, but just a straight up fall on something that for her. We're going to see it again. Or potentially see it again. Okay, maybe go back to it. She's falling off. She hopped on from the outside of the Felix. This was all tight. The outside of the Felix to then hop up onto the handrail and make sure she doesn't go too far across to clip the board on that closeout.
And just
And then
slipping out
just
of
a
that
weird nothing
rotation.
fall. It's crazy, frustrating for her. The flip side of that is when we want to reframe these things when you're in the pressure cooker. There we go.
The backside, board side, getting that handle around and just slipping out, a bit too heel heavy. Tries to save it, grabbing that handle with both hands and just...
It's almost like she over-rotated a little bit, where she needs to land on her toe edge to try and bite against the pull that was putting her back towards the cable. So that is tough. That is tough. I think they're going to send a handle out for her. You don't get a pickup, but we just want to get these girls back. No, she's walking back. Okay, cool.
back.
So a little bit of a walk to collect ourselves from the far side of the other cable. And we go back to the top once again. Campbell Scarborough coming in hot. So back 5. She sticks with the same starting trick.
Now on to the wake the line hack. Gets the frontside 360 into the bank. Beautifully done with the grab on there as well. Left foot forwards now. Frontside 1. Creeper. Front board. Backside 270 out the end of that rail.
Here you go. Now we can see what this thing is all about. So many activities popping up. Oh, wow. That's how much is going on there. It's a crazy combination of features. Oh, what a show waker. Hiya.
Just a quick wave to the fans back at home.
I think Dave just blushed under his goggles.
Back lip. Pretzel 270 into the land of that Claudia Pagnini's signature series with that pipe on the top. That's
The
what
mohawk.
we're calling the mohawk.
On she goes, getting creepy.
Creeper. Getting super creepy.
On she goes with her left foot forward to the OG pool. Is that going to be the toe back 1? The toe back 3 to the 270. Full pull this time. Getting a better angle on the mega pull. She goes toe side cut for the... That was massive on that roll. Does she have enough time? Yes, she does. Getting that 180 on, 180 off, full pull. 50-50. Not quite the full pull that you want to see in a final second run, but still very, very solid for Campbell Scarborough. She goes one last hit for the heel back 540, sneaking in that grab in there as well. Very, very solid performance from the young athlete.
It would be cool to cut back to that drone shot of her coming into the pool because you get an idea of, I mean, those pools, I mean, what are we talking, like a foot deep at most, less than that probably, of water. So
Well,
I mean,
Dan's spent quite a bit of time.
yeah,
there
Dan,
this
you
weekend.
were
How deep
trying
is
to get
it,
your lens
Dan?
in up there, weren't you?
Way too sandy on that.
So yeah, Dan was just checking the depth and the temperature in the pool for us a couple of times for the rest of the wake skaters, and the point being is that it's risky biscuits doing anything into the pool because you've got no time to settle yourself before the thing that you have to do getting out of the pool. Never mind going upside down where you lose sight of everything for a moment. So that from Campbell Scarborough, and it's not an increased score. It is her first run score that will still be the top one. And that's the stage that is set. Courtney Angus in second, and this is oh no, this is Sandy coming out now. Sandy in my, once again, all 4 of these ladies. Some stellar lineup. Oh, Sandy goes front 7 out of the blocks, already upping her game.
Easy as you like for Sani, getting the 50-50
In the
on
end of
that
the
top rail, frontside 360 into the bank.
Going outside in to the creeper, to the 50-50, frontside 360. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our pro ladies super final here in Plastic Playground 2023. It's going guns blazing for the Flying Dutch Woman. Just overshooting a little bit on that firecracker transfer from pipe to pipe. On she goes to features fairway, as Matty B likes to call it, with a right foot forward, heel side cut, backside board slide, pretzel 270 into the transition of the Mohawk.
Using that lander, there is only one lander, so I think you should use it, in my personal opinion. And Sandy getting it done like a champ that she is, with that beautiful frontside 360 out the end of the hallway.
Hopping up into the first of our pools. Then that big transfer from safety to the diving board. Front lip in out of that thing. Staying left foot forward. There was a little bit of a switch up in there. We wonder how much that will make a difference. Goes 180 on, 180 off. No, 360 off into this. 180 full locked in. 180 off again. So a lot of rotations happening that way and in opposite directions. She needs to make it to the end of this. She does. Gets the 270 off. Moby Dick, it's got to be. She's up the ante through and through. The K-Rock, the only chink in that armor of her second run. Solid Moby Dick. Looks like she's relatively happy with that as well. She should be. Some killer riding. And she's not long off injury. Poor Sandy just hurting herself left and right. Same again last year at the international events. Last year at the Worlds, wasn't it? It was last year at the Worlds.
In the Worlds as well. Also in practice for 2 weeks ago.
Really?
For the WWA Worlds, I think she had a bit of an injury as well.
So just good to see her out there. Never mind in the final. Never mind bumping up her third position to a second position.
66.20. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh, but you can't relax there. So she's in second. But so right now, Campbell has secured a podium spot with 2 more riders left to go. But not yet so for Sandy. She's in second spot with these 2 riders. Courtney could get back up and in it ahead of her or ahead of Campbell. We have also got Julia Rick still yet to have her second run.
Currently on third, but going for gold with that 360 onto the coping and then only dropping in. That was insane. And doing it again on the Ralph. Courtney Angus wants that top spot and she wants it bad. Look at that monster cut again with that backside board side, 250-50, 250-50, front side 180 out. I think she wanted a bigger rotation on that one, but still that is a very technical hit on the K-Rock hack. The K-Sin plus the West Rock just sandwiched between those 2 steps as she goes outside in, front lip, pretzel 270 into the bank. You can see
I think the smoothness with which she did that probably gets her a little ahead of Sandy. Sandy's was the same trick, but that was so super smooth and that amazing once again. More technical hit as well, as opposed to just shooting the hallway, that ledge and that creep and that 3 out. Very difficult indeed.
Going toe back one in.
That was better, right? That was better. Yeah, full 180 on.
Switch 50-50. Getting that rotation out. Very smooth from Courtney. As she goes 270 in, 270 out. To the step down, backboard to switch 50, 360 out. Courtney Angus going guns blazing for run number 2. That backside 50-50, 360 out, slapping that board back on the water. One last kicker hit. What took her down in the first lap? What's it going to be? The toe side, backside. 360. I think she was going to go for a toe back.
She was going to go or 5, anything. I mean,
something definitely more than that.
It needed to be more than that. We say we don't know what's needed at this stage because we're just waiting for that score. But yeah, you're right, Maddie. Something more was needed. She just went a little early into that, didn't she?
I think not quite getting the pop that she needed to. And considering you don't actually need to pop,
she got a little stuff. She kind of pulled. When you're doing those rotations going that way, the ball kind of goes the opposite front side.
Yeah.
And as it came back, it kind of, the mind like caught the water a little bit, which kind of stuffed her flow coming into it.
At least she managed to finish the run, though.
I mean, yeah, that counts for an awful lot. The completion of a run, you'll lose more points than just the loss of that one trick alone without the completion of the run, because it really affects your composition overall, because our judges are looking at a full, flowy, completed run.
Very true, very true. In the end of the day, the kickers are only one section that makes up 20% of the score, and messing up one kicker hit, that's right, it's unfortunate, but it's only 10% if you really analyze the scoring.
I like just chatting about different board brands here as well, just getting some shameless promotion of different boards in there. All right, chat. You enjoy yourselves, guys. Don't mind us. And there we have Courtney squeezes herself back up into second. So now Courtney and Campbell are guaranteed podium spots. Sunny is on the bubble, and it's not really a place you want to be when this lady's coming out to play Julia Rick with the toe back 7 to start things off. Bird's eye view from Dave AV in the aerial mode. There we get that 180 on, that 360 out. Cutting across to the inside of our West Rock / Wait the Line feature. Oh, wow. That was fully locked in.
Full pull, baby.
Taking the top pipe route as opposed to the creeper route.
On she goes, 50-50 to the front board. Same way, 90 out, holding in that position throughout the entire second pipe. Very nicely done from Julia Rick as she sets up with her left foot forward, going on her toes, going outside in for the 180 on, same way, 360 off.
Now,
Mohawk.
This is where it went wrong for Julia first time round. A something to nothing for. She's going for the same trick again. Oh, gets knuckled into that closeout. Now, there's a little bit bank in there, so it's not a true closeout, but enough to put the willies up you for sure.
On she goes for that big old gap from the safety of the diving board to the front lip on the downpipe. Setting up left foot forward. 180 on, almost getting off axis, but keeping it composed as she goes 180 on, 180 off on the Donkey King, full pull. A couple of slip-ups, but very, very solid run. And
All right, Nico, kind of like that. Yeah, it's like front lip on tail. Really cool.
She makes out for it with that white wine hit. One more kicker hit for the young German athlete, the toe side, backside, 720. And popping the handle. I don't believe it. I've never seen Julia.
Oh, Julia.
Before, let alone twice.
It was so tight all the way through as well. Oh, that one wobble where she fell the first time round, so she did well to get through that and just settle those nerves and get back in the swing. These pull hits, though, 180 on. Gets that full 50-50 locked in. It really nice.
50-50 out the pull gap.
Just nice and simple. And this, look, front lip, slide into tail, then that backside one out. We really like that. So maybe some scores coming through. Courtney there just laughing away.
So that guarantees it. Campbell Scarborough is our Super Final Pro Woman champion, getting the top spot, and unfortunate for Julia, going down on that toe back 7. Had it all to fight for.
Oh, Julia, commiserations. The one saving grace is that you've won pretty much everything already, but that's not going to work right now. So big love to Julia Rick right now. That is frustrating for her.
Of course.
And big love to those happy faces on the dock.
Yeah. Look at Courtney's smile. What a comeback.
There we go. That is, we've just been told by Riley, that is a hat trick on the European contest scene for Campbell Scarborough.
Oh, getting...
Yeah, she took Worlds.
Wild Bad, first at Wild Bad, first in Worlds in the Urban Division, and now a top spot in plastic playgrounds.
Yeah, 2023 is going to be a year for Campbell. She will never forget, that's for sure. And very well deserved, I have to admit. Super sick, super stylish, super creative. I personally really love her rail riding skills. It's so good. Second to none and very well deserved.
Good to see that lady right there. She does so much for the sport the world over. Obviously big time in Australia, as you would know best, Dan, living out there. Such a force within our sport, force for good. No, hey, you say this, for women. Yeah, of course for women, but just the sport in general. Just giving people the opportunity to get on the water on her cable out there. And here we see the replay, that beautiful 270 from Campbell Scarborough, just locking in out of the OG pool. I think it was the wave to the camera that did it. I mean, great riding and all, but show waking wave. Here we go, coming into the up ledge, no, up the bank.
Yeah,
this, look, zero time. One and a bit seconds before she nearly closes herself out on that safety.
And you know what? There's only, I think, I've seen one pro man flip into a pool, and that was Rudy.
Rudy, yeah. And so loads of girls are doing it as well.
No, I know, that's what I mean. I'm saying, you know, just to prove a point that girls are insane as well as just the guys here. I mean,
just saying, I was going to flip into a pool.
Yeah.
You did flip into the pool. You landed on your face.
And let me tell you, it was thoroughly well received.
Yes, we all enjoyed it much. So thank you for doing that for us. I know you didn't want to do that, but yeah, as long as you're involved.
So we are ready to kick things off now.
Is this it?
The penultimate round is over. We are at the finals, pro men's division.
Are we climax? Are we to the grand climax here?
We're about to climax.
Are you about to climax? Okay.
Victor Salmon, our first rider off the dock, doing it for Team Belgium / Team Thai. team more soap, that's for sure.
So if any of you are out there, just read through the chat. There's some good old bands going back and forth from some of the biggest names in our sport, no less. Hey, Graham Barres, how are you doing? Rivers, hey, 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 getting all behind. Miss Campbell. When you say thong, do you mean flip-flops, JB, or what we understand to be thong in the UK? Because I love thong style. We love it, we love it, we love it. And where we go, we follow, we follow, we follow. I will follow him. All right, everybody needs to know what we're on about. You need to watch Sister Act. And there we have confirmation of our men's super final. Victor Salmon, James Windsor, Trent Stuckey, and a Liam Peacock. It's a who's who of craziness in wakeboarding, water dancing form. And we are go. Super finals is off. Let's do a 360 onto a ramp and then do another flippy-doo-dah and another 360 on the back of that. Victor Salmon going crazy straight out the blocks.
In classic Victor Salmon style, he goes charging that grabbed 360 into the bank as he sets up with his left foot forward, going safety, 180 to popper, hard way 270 back.
Nollying into that as well to pull the tail up and over that rail.
Watch this monster cut, big heel.
Laka.
50-50, hard way 270, same weight, 90 out. Rail to rail from the top of the caisson to the top of the West Stroke. So many words in one hack. I can't believe I made it.
So I don't know whether you can see, but bless Dave AV risking his drone out there. It is still tiddly plinking, but he knows that the world needs to see this bird's eye view, which is hence why we're getting a little bit of stutter on that feed. So we do apologize for that. But you can get enough out of it. Oh, yes. That's risky as well. Falling into that closeout. We saw it clip Julia Rick. No such issue for Victor. Coming back across, diving board, hop, hard way backside, 270 on, then coming out of it, right foot forward. Coming round right at us to round off this lap into the mega pool. If you've not seen this before, watch
50,
it
50
on.
to front lip, 270 out to the wrapped front board, tic-tac-toe action, almost full pull as he goes. Oh my goodness.
And no one's doing that hop onto the top of the bump. They're using the bump to get them up there. He's making hard work for himself by using that feature as well.
What about that Olay off the rail?
So the body dragging and the tumbling up does not mean that that trick would count. So Victor...
Is that the CKD?
No. Maybe.
I think it might be the CKD.
Well, it wasn't me. It was you.
A bit of both.
Okay, we'll share it. We'll share it. So we've been seeing him drop those nines all day long. Every event we go to, it's just his stock and trade trick. Not this time round, though, but see with this, that hop on. You're watching the replay, you guys. We're watching the live feed up on our monitors here, but also flipping back to our actual YouTube channel to say hello. Alexander Albach, how is it? Here we go, next rider.
Which Peacock brother is commentating, Alex Albach?
James Windsor going guns blazing on that heel front nine, setting him up right foot forward, 180 on, and using the safety of the popper, the safety of the pipe, sorry, to go 360 snowboard style into the transition. Left foot forward he goes, getting creepy to that 50-50, same way rotation out as he goes. Like for like Victor Salmon, except he goes front board, not quite getting the full pull on that front board on the pipe, but still very, very solid. Stays composed as he sets up for the back line. Going outside in, left foot forward for the 180, same way, 360 out. On he goes with his right foot forward. Going on the nose to the hallway. And a beautiful roll to revert out of that one. Right foot forward, 270 on. Going outside in.
Oh, a little bit of crazy, like
slalom
back
style.
yeah, a little bit of swerving in there.
A little bit of off the lip action in the OG pool as he goes to the mega pool for that 50-50.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Are you all right, Window?
Window, give us a sign you're okay. Window.
I mean, he's a bruiser. He can take it, but we're talking about how super deep those pools are not. Okay, he's okay. So you don't really want to catch an edge in no depth of water right there, which is exactly what he did. He was going up onto the high rail. We're going to be watching that again.
Yeah, that was insane.
And then just catching his tail in the water while he was trying to hop back across.
Oh, right, here we go. He goes 50-50. Over to front lip, but almost banana slides the water. Oh, my goody gumdrops. That was super risky.
Terrifying.
Terrifying. Glad to see. Oh, dips that nose.
He was lucky. He textbook flopped it out, though. He didn't try and tuck and roll.
There is a super risky crack there from the edge of the pool and the side of the caisson. So it's all or nothing. If you're committing to that rail to rail, there's even the creeper ledge in front of it. It's second to none. You just have to go for it. And he'd obviously committed. There was no going back because he would have kind of done that Ryan Peacock hit, but an unintentional to that creeper ledge, kind of the shin super danger zone. Welcome to the danger zone.
So are we on the highway to the danger zone? My, oh my. As Liam Peacock just doing a bit of tech deck action, planning his run on the dock.
Graham Perez saying, casual pool party for window.
One pool party for one.
All right. So it looks like we have our green light. Unfortunately, the heavens have opened up ever so slightly, so we can't get the drone out for your viewing pleasure.
Put your drone away.
Words. Trent Stuckey, back mode 540, clean as a whistle. In true Trent Stuckey tradition, gets the hard way, ollie up front side to that 50-50, and then the hard way backside, the hard way front three, landing blind into that backside 360. You think that was sick? Oh my goodness!
The next one
is insane.
One,
Not that isn't.
2, 3, hop, nose, back one out. Loving. No, we haven't been seeing actually because there's so much going on. No one just locking in a press of anything like that. So cool to see. Yeah, man.
And now we come across to Features Fairway where Trent is eyeing up the Mohawk, front lip. Oh, Trent Stuckey doing Trent Stuckey wondrous tricks. Gets the rewind out. How he does that, I have no idea. Backside 360 to the creeper ledge.
Just praying for God that there is something to land on right there because there really isn't much plastic on which to play in that creeper. Early handlebars, front board turns into tail. Then we get that. Oh, somehow only Trent could muscle himself out of that hole. So the thing that he has been landing quite consistently just evaded him there. Full backside 5 in, hopping across. No one doing that transfer. Not the full connection, but it is tough. And it is a big old leap from one to the other.
Talk about composure, how he gets that gap after taking that almost slam on the OG pool, but just putting it together for the mega pool gap. On he goes for one last kicker, hit the toe side, backside. Rewind action.
Like the wobble didn't even happen, right? So the guy is cool as custard. So that's a pretty intense trick. We're going to see, oh, you guys are seeing it once again. He just moved too far across that down rail, landing on the tail, so didn't get the purchase that you need when you're dropping from a height, so you're just going to crumple on the other side. Yeah, as Riley has quite rightly said, well, not just for Liam, for maybe all of the riders, but now with their first runs, Liam is last off the dock, so he knows what he's got to do to put the pressure on.
Look at that last hit going toe side, backside, 540, and then just rewinding a 180 back. How he gets that melon grab and just brings it back around. Absolutely bolts. And the crowd going wild as the people's champion, local hero here in Liquid Leisure.
I mean, you're going to get some local bias. It would be the same if we were any other part of the world, but there is a lot of love for this cat here. The Peacock brothers, big part of obviously worldwide wakeboarding, not just British wakeboarding. Big old backside 5. Then he adds that back one hard way down the face of that transition.
On he goes for the using the popper of the creeper. I don't know if you can see it from the live
stream. That's one of the best
stream.
ones he's done as well.
Very, very slim with that 270 onto the pipe as he goes hop, a skip, a hoppity-doo-dah to the hard way 270. From the pipe to the pipe of the West Rock. My, oh my, that is big. As he sets up, catching his breath over on the Mohawk made out of the pipe and the Claudio Panini feature. That is a big old jump from the flat onto the
There's
pipe.
no
with a
time
frontside
or space to
360
do that
out.
as well, to get the board up underneath you and give that pipe a good old booty.
Laszlo Pap.
Here's
Watch
the one.
this.
Love that so much.
There was a grab in there.
Yeah,
there was a grab in
man.
there as well.
It's like indie shifty, then pulling it back the other way. It's such a cool trick.
Hitting a safety on a front board position in general is just terrifying as he goes, just sending it a bit too far on
A
that
little bit too
450.
tailsy, right?
Yeah, 80% full pull, I would say, but still got the grab before locking in on that pipe as he goes 50-50 to 50-50, frontside 360 into the back, getting that handle over his head. Ladies and gentlemen, Liam Peacock doing Liam Peacock things as he goes 270 in, full pull.
Didn't get that clean in the qualifying rounds. It's a technical trick with that early hander pass 270 onto a skinny rail and then popping off, but the full pull was there.
Are we going to see the KGB5? Are we going to see the KGB5? Yes,
Oh,
we are.
pretty clean, pretty clean. That's the cat that won the Worlds last year, right? So
Yeah,
we're gonna have
and-
redemption. So
well,
it's cool that we got Worlds and Plastic back together
Yeah,
because you
I
got a
agree.
little redemption, Matty D, didn't you? And
I
then
did,
are we
yeah.
gonna see that with some of our other riders? That's the coolest trick ever. You guys can't see it back home. We'll reiterate, there is a mini little handrail with a safety on the inside of that Felix.
Here it is, the replay. So
And
he goes
he is
front
bumping
board,
off
handle
that.
pass. Turns the front board to back lip by keeping that board in the same position, but handle pass.
It'd be scary riding up that 50-50, never mind in that back lip.
And the handle pass.
And the handle pass
on
into
such a
it.
short space as well.
Whoa.
Super risky biscuits. And I'm sure what? I'm sure the preacher. I'm sure the judges. For God's sake.
Words, so
yeah,
many
words. You get what I'm getting at. The judges will have it.
So currently, as the score stands, we have Liam Peacock at the top, and I think who's second? Trent Stuckey at the second place. And at the bottom spot we have Windsor. Victor currently sitting on third spot. He has already seen everyone ride. He saw the boys take some nasty crashes and wobbles, so he knows what he needs to put together to make it onto that top spot. Just sitting on that bubble at the end of the podium. No one wants to be there.
Round two, final run for Victor Salmon.
Setting up back three on to the Melon back mob as he goes left foot forward, using the safety of the pipe for the Melon frontside 360. On to the Ralph he goes. Onto the creeper. Hard way 270 onto the pipe. Same way 90 rotation out.
So he's going to 180 onto the center. He's going to firecracker up and across.
50-50 front lip. Same weight 270 out.
So that is on lock. That will be the last time that Victor takes on that particular portion of our plastic playground for 23. Now onto the back straight. Our second features fairway. 180 on 360 off onto the pipe. Finds the transition. Little bit of buttering. We wonder if the judges will take notice of that.
Left foot forward. Three.
Ah, there we go. He was going onto the handrail before, so that is much more critical behavior.
We've seen hits like that from Victor in previous plastic playgrounds, actually. So that is true Victor Salmon style.
Just squeezes that 270 out the bottom of our down rail out of the first of our two pulls. Second of the two pulls coming up right now. Front lip 270 in, staying wrapped, hopping on.
From board.
Oh no, usually he comes round into that backboard position, but didn't get on in time. Hops on. That Olay craziness is weird, kooky, and we love it. Now the
so
last
much tension at that spot as well. As he goes for one last hit. Is it going to be a bit heavy on that 900 landing? But that be it for Victor Salmon. He looks stoked as he does his last run here in this year's plastic playgrounds.
So
Guess who's back?
Guess who is back? So there's been many a final time for Victor, and this is another one for him. But which particular position will it round up for him this time round?
Gary. Remote.
So we got Window, fresh from his recent pool party.
Going in for that redemption. I feel it in my bones. Coming out of Bly Bly Water Sports Complex. No, actually, I'm pretty, as far as I know, he is the last Plastic Playgrounds winner in 2019. Yes, he is. when he was rocking those luscious locks. Going huge, practically landing in Heathrow with that heel front 9. As he goes 180 in, 360 out, not forgetting that melon grab on the way. The heavens have opened up as it's raining here, but still Window staying composed for that 180 onto the creeper.
Yeah,
to
boy.
the nose press, to the 360 out. On he goes, a little cluck, cluck, cluck firecracker to the switch 50-50 to the front board, getting the full pull this time. Very good, big improvement for the Australian athlete. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Team Belgian Waffle or Team Pie on the podium?
Gets outside in, a frontside 180, locked in 50-50. Then gets a backside 360 at the end of that pipe. Across now into the Felix Georgi. Goes front nose, sorry. Gets the hull pass and then gets the roll to blind with a tail grab on it. Sorry, Crail roll to blind out.
Yeah, Window.
Window going all guns a-blazing. He's fighting for this top spot, and so it makes sense why he opts out of the same hit we saw, which took him
But
out.
that he locked in. That is tasty. No
The
one's doing that
wrapped
3 into
nose
press.
as well.
Yes.
Full pull.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah,
Nose
Window.
press. 270 into back. Lip 90 out. Here we go. Window. Last tip. Plastic Playground 2023. Throwing everything he can at this. Oh, but even more tweaks and pokes that mid grab.
Yeah, I really like
Steez,
that.
please, Louise. Yes. So Window, after just sort of breaking his fall in the pool with his face, manages to come out of it smelling of the proverbial roses with bangers left and right.
Does that push Victor Salmon from those top 3 spots?
Look at this. Poke. Thank you. Oh.
Good Lord, I do not want to be a judge for this one. Number 3 jersey, Trent Stuckey on the dock, getting ready to send it. James with a big improvement up to 70.7, putting him in that 3rd spot, securing a podium position. So congratulations to James Windsor.
So it is yet another Liam Peacock, Trent Stuckey battle with Trent first to take to the water in the second runs.
3rd one in 7 days.
Yeah. There it is again. Easy as. Doing it in his sleep. That back mode 5 with that big old nuclear grab. Ollie into the stratosphere. Huge ollie. So then that hard way 360 out of that. Is he going to do it? Oh, no. So usually he is before turned into that front lip, which is so cool. But hey, that's
This one
crazy
is
technical hit anyway.
But getting that backside 180 onto the pipe is no joke. Super technical, super difficult. That backside 180 onto the pipe that he did from the creeper. Some scary, scary stuff.
But there's nothing different at this stage, right? It's pretty like for like compared with his first run. So it is at this stage that Trent's got to be thinking about what else can he put in there. Possibly a little bit better, a little bit cleaner, that rewind out of the Mohawk.
Well, on the OG pool gap is where it really went south for Trent Stuckey. So
tight.
are we going to see that redemption? Setting up with his left foot forward, that front board early handle pass, same way 90 out to the diving board, to front board, pretzel 270. There is that redemption.
Yeah, answer is yes. We are going to see it. That is crazy.
That is the end of the commentator's kiss of death from me.
Backside 5 into the mega pool we go. Frontside lip slide over to front ball, but right on the tail as well. Getting the back lip all the way full, pulling to the end.
Does he stick with what we've been seeing, or does he do something more? I mean, this toe back 5. Rewind, he's so deep on that.
Every
Like
single
all Saints
time.
V-neck deep.
Oh my, goody gun jobs. Is that going to be enough?
Or is Liam Peacock
Woo.
going for
I mean,
a
I forget the
celebratory
scores.
ride?
I forget the scores that were there before. I mean, it was the same, wasn't it? It was pretty close. Actually, the two pulls were
What I
way
really
better.
like about Trent here, he just does pretty much what looks like the same hit, but in the first run he goes front roll to front lip, and in the second run he goes front roll to front board. Just in case some judges maybe favour front lip more than a front board, he says, you know what, I'm going to do both.
Yeah.
And pick what one you prefer.
Yeah.
I love it. Great to see.
And this was better than the first time round. It was just the clip that caught. He manages to muscle his way out of that. I mean, that was the intention to 270 out of it anyway.
Yeah. And then the toe back 5 gets the stale fish, stops that rotation, rewind back 1. Insane.
This is crazy. Just watch this.
Hey, Matties, how do you like your fish?
Daily.
With a backside 180.
And with all of those spins as well and stuff.
And blind.
And in a final of Plastic Playgrounds.
Liam Peacock about to find out. And there it is.
Oh, my word.
90.93, putting Trent Stuckey at that top spot. Just around 10.5 points above Liam Peacock.
Big
Pressure is on.
Stuckey. So the pools made the difference right there. The pools making all of the difference. They do take a big old weighting in the score. Riley Dillon gives it a wow, then you know it's for real.
Do you boys have a deja vu?
Did the Matrix change?
I think it's all the same over and over again. Laszlo Papp versus Trent Stuckey. Big old ride, the last ride of this year's Plastic Playgrounds. Give it up.
Couple of grabs in there?
Sneaking in a grab on that heel back 7 as he goes. Huge indie tantrum to blind Hardway into the bank, setting him up for the creeper Hardway 270. Ooh, like 98% full pull on the second pipe there, going front board. Oh my God, front board to front lip firecracker, and then transferring on to that second pipe on the West Rock.
I mean, he will know far, far better than us at this stage what he has and hasn't done and what he needs to do. That run from Trent was up the hook. He gets a little higher on that hop onto the pipe this time, so that will fare him in good stead. But the 2 hits down the first straight on those 2 big old rail features.
Front board handle pass, turns it to
But
back
we
lip.
do love that trick.
Holds the back lip even throughout the air,
Utter
grabs
filth.
the indie, and then switches that 270 out. Love it. Backside 1 in, rewinds it out.
Unofficially, of course, but I think from us 3 we're saying it's going to be very, very tough for him to claw back those points right now. Night on impossible.
Love this.
Not to take anything away from the riding from Liam so far.
Getting great use of that hack. That is the case and stairs on the side of the mega pull. Ollie backside 2 on /3, but comes off slightly early. We're going to have to see we want to see something special from Liam. Cutting in hard. KGB gets the seatbelt nose grab. Oh my God, Liam Peacock doing Peacock things. That was insane.
So it's good to see that Liam's happy. I think he would probably be happier with his first run. And why was he not? Because that first run was belter. He put the pressure on. He turned the thumb screws on Trent Stuckey. Trent Stuckey could not relax, but wow. Like being able to raise a game like that. Being able to raise a game. Would you want to take a picture or last longer?
No, I was just talking about a shoot we've got to do after this.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we've got a photo shot of this. Hey, guys, there we go. Confirmation that our 2023 Pro Man Plastic Playground champion going back to back to back with all the wins. Trent Stuckey taking that top spot. Then a Liam Peacock. Then a James Windsor and Victor Salmon making up our foursome of wakeboarding frenzy. Congratulations to him.